on hold.
All right, we're live.
Again, it there.
We are live.
I sent him the photos, Rob. I don't know what he must have kept them for himself, I guess.
What are you talking about?
Again, it wasn't.
Is that the Doug Smith?
Listen,
or a different Doug Smith?
I didn't put the. You know what? I was just listen, man. I was putting fucking pictures together to do the intro. I'm not looking. I put together what I do look good. We'll talk about your stuff.
Great time. Great job there.
Listen, if anybody recognizes the voice, Mr. Andrew White is here. Whitey from the Model Geeks is our guest tonight. My good friend, my soon-to-be co-host on our movie podcast with Mr. Dave Goldfinch. We've done a lot of stuff together when it comes to our Insanity and On the Bench After Dark, as well as our infamous Top Gun debate that we had, which I believe I won. I don't think any other people believe that.
The email says otherwise.
Like I was telling,
nobody believes you.
But I told Whitey that every time we get a new person that comes into our build room, they always mention the Top Gun debate, and I don't think anybody has agreed with my view of that debate at all. I'm the only person who has that view. So, I mean, I still believe I'm right, Mr. Whitey.
Army of one.
And right. But I was full disclosure. Whitey was contractually obligated to be here tonight. We have a new contract, me and him, and one of them is his guest appearance. He is third in line from the Model Geeks. I think we had Tim first, and then we had Samo. Was it Samo and Tim?
Tim first.
We had El Prez on, and then we had Tim. Then we had Samo on, and now we have Whitey on. I don't know if I want to get Frodo on though. You know.
Yeah, we gotta get Frodo.
I'm gonna say to Frodo, you got to send me pictures of like any work in progress. This is gonna be the privateer.
Sure.
Because it's the only thing he's worked on for like the last 3 years, right?
I think he had a couple of side projects.
I don't know about that. Well. Don't defend him. Don't defend him here.
He's my boy. I got to defend him. Come on.
We're not gonna. He's not. Is he watching tonight? You think or no?
Who knows? Probably. Maybe he'll chime in on the chat here. We'll see.
Well, he'll. I think he's threatened me a few times. Like he's a big guy, so I got to be careful. I'm not going to the Nationals, so I don't have to worry about seeing him this year. But maybe,
not as big. The fella has lost a significant amount of weight, man.
I'm not talking about girth. I'm talking about like height. He's a big guy.
Oh yeah, he's tall.
You know, I look up to a lot of people.
Remember at Amps, I'm like, "Where's Frodo?" And you're like, "He's right there." And I'm like,
"You look down at very few people."
Yeah. Frodo is definitely half Neanderthal. That's for sure. All right, we have a bunch of guys coming in the chat, man. We got a lot of people coming in, so let's see. Wow, we got a lot of people in here right now. Almost 30 people. That's
Jason's here.
The first
already.
Couple of minutes. A lot of people want to listen to Whitey, man. Look at that. We got Jason Hanscom in here. Guys got a lot of
Jaybird.
Well, if you're doing nothing else on a Friday evening,
we're gonna have fun tonight. We're gonna look at your work, Whitey. We're gonna talk the hobby like we always do.
All right.
You know, I mean, you are. I guess how many? I guess Russ was from Massachusetts. I don't know necessarily Boston. Obviously, Jason Hanscom. You know, we try to limit the Massachusetts and Boston guys. You know, on this thing, we have a reputation to protect here, but you know, especially Boston Bruin fans and stuff. We try not to have them around.
Hey.
Well, you're a Celtic fan. You know, you got a lot of nerve, Whitey. You were like rooting against the Knicks, weren't you? I saw on Facebook.
Why wouldn't anyone root against the Knicks?
Come on, man.
Sorry.
You gotta, come on.
Sorry. Who are the Knicks?
Exactly.
Yeah.
No one of consequence.
We got more people coming in. Let's try to get more people in here. We got Rob Burnside, also another guy from Massachusetts here.
Yeah, hey, Rob.
You know, he told me to take it easy on you tonight because he knows I'm going to give you a hard time, Whitey. Listen, Whitey isn't just like a personality, man. This guy's
Mr. Radcliffe is in too from the UK.
There you go. You know, Whitey's. Listen, man, this guy's. You know, I think he might take the reins from Dave Goldfinch. He might take the Podfather. You know, I don't know, man. Should I say that
No.
even in a joking way? Because Dave
Not
might get
not
really
even a
offended.
joke. Yeah.
You're
Nobody's
more
taking
like,
the
you know what it
reins.
is? If he's the Podfather, you might be like Tom Hagen. You're like the consigliere of the podcast world. Right? And I might be like the Luca Brasi. I'm gonna get fucking choked out like while I'm
All
fucking
right.
at a bar trying to like snitch on my own, you know.
No,
family
you're
over here.
Sonny. You're Sonny. You're gonna
I'm
get it.
Sonny. I'm Shoulders. I'm gonna get shot up at some toll booth or whatever.
Exactly.
It's funny you make that reference. My cousin always says that about myself and my three brothers, that I'm Tom, and and my other two brothers are like Sonny and
Yeah, well, you're like, you're our peacetime consigliere. You're Tom Hagen. Django is the wartime guy, so we got to, you know, that might be like Frodo or something. Frodo could pass as Luca. He's a big guy. Now we're gonna have a good time. Now we're gonna get started. Now, almost got a bunch of people in here. We have to talk about Whitey here. Whitey, everybody knows you on the freaking Model Geeks podcast. Very well known show. If you're into planes, you know, me personally, I'm not a plane guy, you know, but I've been a guest on the show. You Whitey, next to Andrew Misi, I think you've been on the show more than anybody else actually on the Insanity, between coming on as a regular guest, being on the live shows, and then also the After Darks. I think you've been on the most.
All right. Well, happy to be here.
Yeah.
Thanks for having me on again.
I've been on the Geeks twice. That's it, man. You know, I think I would get an invite once in a while just to talk the hobby, you know, but it's okay.
We get you on there.
We're
in a new season. We're in a new season. We'll get you on again.
My stomach's getting fucking upset. Let's move on.
Poor Rob Adams has got Rob Adams. Listen, Rob Adams is so knowledgeable. He's so knowledgeable in this hobby. This poor guy needs to get on a show. He needs to talk the hobby, right, Frankie?
Yep.
Frankie's in the dark. Frankie's got a migraine right now. Frankie's like saying, "Listen, I'm not going to talk
sucks.
a lot."
No, I don't.
All right, listen, Whitey, we're glad you're here. This is what we want you to do. I'm sure a lot of people watching knows you, you know, from listening to your show. But just give a little background about yourself, how you got into the hobby, what you like to build, and then we're going to look at your work. All right?
Okay. How did I get into the hobby? Like most of us, grew up. Dad was a model builder, and you know, so I picked it up from him. You know, he always had he had a pretty good sized stash down there in the basement, and he was, you know, between myself and my two older brothers, he was always very, you know, have at it, you know, go ahead, and if you want to build something too. And, you know, of course, aircraft, he was a big airplane, I guess, aficionado. So books around the house on aircraft and World War II aircraft in particular, and going to air shows. So I've just been immersed in aviation all my life, and picked up model building, probably started when I was, I don't know, 6 or 7, somewhere young. And first kit was an Airfix 172 Bird Dog in the blister pack. That was my first model. And it, you know, like most models, it was probably a ball of paint, fingerprints, and glue.
That's fun though.
Yeah. So, and you know,
together with testers enamel,
testers strings all over the place. You know how that glue used to get.
Yeah, fuck, I hated that the most about that shit.
And so, again, grew up like that. Going to air shows was a big thing. My dad and I, and my brothers, and the whole family back in the 70s, early 80s would go to air shows. And then solely I was the one that it really stuck with. My two older brothers got away from the hobby as we got into our teen years and things like that. And then it was, you know, my dad and I, you know, going to the hobby stores, building. We grew up, you know, in the city. There was no, that I knew of at the time anyway, hobby clubs nearby. There was some out in the suburbs, but my dad was, man, he was a welder. He didn't want to go anywhere on the weekends, driving and all that kind of stuff. Right. You know, so he's like, man, you know, or they would meet on like a weeknight, and after working all day, he was like, all right, I'm not driving all the way. You know, we lived in Dorchester, the neighborhood of Dorchester, and then I think Weymouth. There used to be a naval air station down that way, and down there was a club that met at I don't know, somewhere, and so I knew of them from Fine Scale Modeler magazine. You know, they would have the adverts in there, and but I never went to a single club meeting up until I got into the military and lived off. And I think the first club I was associated with was probably the Pensacola Modeliers when I was stationed down there in Pensacola.
Oh, wow. Okay. Wow. That late in life. Well, you're what in your 20s then, right? Early 20s.
Probably in my no, actually, I was a bit older than because I got out of the Navy. I was in from 88 to 98, so I'm probably about I'm 28 years old at that point. So that's
Wow,
a
okay.
10-year shot in the Navy. I went down to there to work as a civilian. We can get into why I wound up back in the Navy if you want to later on, but aircraft was what I built with the occasional piece of armor now and again. Remember the old Monogram 132 armor kits? I can remember building the Patton tank and a few of the others. One of the German ones, again, my nomenclature on German armor, I don't know. The one I know the kit had it was the one with the armor on the sides, the side skirts,
The Jag, it was their Jag Panther, right? No, the Jag Panzer that they made.
What I loved about that kit is it came with battle damage on the side. It had like the shell holes in the side. And
those were great, man, with the old Shep paint inserts.
Yeah. So I mean, aircraft centric, certainly. Myself, the other guys on the show, our podcast is, kind of known as being aircraft centric. But I mean, I will definitely dabble into the arm. I've went on before about the quarter scale or 148 scale armor. I love it. I love the Tamiya kits. They're fantastic. So I'll delve into that. I know Samo has built a piece of armor now and again. Darren is very much into automobiles. He's got a NASCAR background as well.
Right.
So he's kind of a motorhead. But most, obviously with the show, we talk about what we're working on, and 9 times out of 10, we're all working on an aircraft, it seems.
Right.
And of course, all of our backgrounds is aviation.
Your logo is a tail hook, for Christ's sake, your new logo.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Yep.
I mean, they all kind of had similar career paths.
Right. Mm-hmm. So that obviously ties us together. And, it is why we all build planes, because planes is what we've grown up with, been around, has been our livelihood is aviation.
Right.
So that's what.
Well, I like that, but that's good though. And on a serious note, with the podcast is, I think that it's good that you guys are aircraft centric, because I'm not saying that like the Mojo guys and even some of the other shows, Beyond the Box Art guys will talk aircraft a lot.
Sure.
But like a lot of other shows are armor centric, unless you're like the Model Car Mania show, which is probably one of only a couple of car shows. But you need a plane show like that. That's what you guys do. It's your shtick. You have Qatari on.
We love it when you hear you say plane show, like plane, like, oh, we have a plane guy.
You're a plane show.
That's hilarious.
I mean, you're talking about freaking planes. My God.
Now, my question, so that's my background. That's how I got into the hobby and why aviation and all that kind of thing. But when leading up to doing the show here tonight, Rob, you're no slouch when it comes to your knowledge of armor history. And, I can remember up at Mosquito Con one year, I think it was probably the first time I met you, there was that piece of track on the table.
Yeah, we were talking about the tracks on the tank.
And you immediately saw it and identified exactly what type it was. I was like, oh, okay, which, roger that. I could probably do that with a piece of an aircraft.
Right.
But, it led me to believe that, okay, this guy just doesn't build these things. He reads about them. You study them.
Right. You got to have a little knowledge about what you're doing, especially now with the stuff that's been going on. You kind of...
Wait, you said he reads about them?
I would assume. I don't know.
Looks at pictures.
I get the audio book.
Pictures, and he has conciliaries.
I get the audio book. No.
Or just like all you, because, I listen to the Insanity, and all you guys have, obviously, Mr. Tooch, I've met you before, and I admire your knowledge of history and your World War I knowledge in particular, because that's a genre that, as you know, it gets overlooked, I believe, quite a bit. And also the Revolutionary War certainly does as well, especially in modern. I mean, there's some of it out there. But, I was just kind of thinking about this coming up to being on the show is each one of you, like, what's your interest in armor? Why? What brought you guys into it and everything like that?
I did it all when I was a kid, playing.
Wait, are you interviewing us?
No,
that's not how this works.
Fucking show.
As we go,
hey, D-Ran's in. D-Ran's
as
just-
we go through the evening, if you guys want to,
No,
chime
this is
in
going to
and,
be a long
you know.
show. People are going to love how. Look at this. Darren's even here. We were talking bad about this guy before the show started. Darren messaged me after the
Oh,
show. I was
man.
talking bad about. I
Darren.
miss this guy, man. I love Darren. Darren will like text me like at 2:00 in the morning. What's up? I don't want to say it here, but he'll like say something funny, and then I'll respond back. But he won't respond back to my reply for like 2 weeks. Jesus Christ. No, listen. I always say this, and I truly believe it, and I will say it. I truly believe that armor is probably, in my opinion, probably the easiest out of all the genres to build.
Oh, keep it
In a lot of ways. No, I'm going to be honest. Listen, this is just my opinion. Anybody can attack me. I tell people all the time, you can come after me. I just feel like, when you build armor, you there's so much liberty when it comes to building something that you can incorporate errors into the actual build if you want. Sometimes happy accidents really work for armor, right?
Sure.
A happy accident isn't working on a a freaking F-35C when you're building it, right? Or a F-14, the Tomcat, Whitey, that we talk about.
Well, maybe not a build error, like
Right.
if you have something that's out of line. I always say the aircraft, you're dealing with all three axes, just like you are in real life with aviation, of alignment. Everything has to be straight and or a certain angle. Like
Right.
if you're talking.
Justin's also an aircraft builder. I'm an aircraft builder.
Right.
Yeah, Rob. I've seen your stuff, your aircraft as well. So and the main thing
I
is
touch a lot of different things.
the seam.
Well, you're single, so I guess you would.
Just not next to the guy in the stall, will you? For Christ's sake, get that thing away.
That's good.
I mean, listen, even with car modeling, I talk about this all the time with the car guys, and I break chops. Like, when we have when with Justin and Jason and Mike Outlaw and these guys, and when they're around, and I'm breaking chops about car modeling. But car modeling, you got to have a pristine paint job for the most part, right? You're going for a nice clean paint job. You can't fuck that up.
Yeah.
You want to build the engine. You want to do this. You want to know what Frankie Donati,
firing order.
about the firing order, Rob, that type of stuff. I mean, come on, you got to be kind of meticulous with certain stuff. Armor, fuck it. I fucked the fender up. I'm just gonna remove it. Battle damage.
Yeah.
So based on that, can't you say then that science fiction modeling has got the most freedom to do whatever you want?
Definitely, absolutely. Unless it's I guess Star Wars is a certain pattern you got to have, right?
No, but you can do so much because you can say, oh, this is this on that planet, this is this on that planet,
right? Exactly.
Yeah,
I agree with that. I agree with that. Mr. Misi, our brother from another continent.
Hemisphere.
Over here with us tonight.
time zone. Yeah,
time zone. But no, Whitey, man, you do a great job on what you do. I mean, Samo we talk about it all the time. The guy's got
ADD.
the guy's got major ADD. Remember, I told you we're gonna have to one day, if I'm ever in the area, we're definitely breaking into Samo's house and we're rearranging his fucking cabinet.
He would know instantly.
We got to do it to him. We got to take,
especially since he just admitted to it.
We got to take his 9 iron and
out.
put it where the 6 iron's supposed to be, and put the 6 iron by the 9 iron. So when he goes golfing, he doesn't know where his 9 iron is.
Oh, jeez.
Right? Would that be great? That's something Darren would do. We got to get Darren. Darren, you're watching. Can you break into Samo's house and do that for us, please? Yeah. So
do some dog sitting for him.
Yeah, do some dog sitting. But why are you getting into quarter scale armor? We're gonna get you on the quarter scale show too.
I'd be happy to go on there and talk.
Dude, and I haven't forgotten you. There might be an SU-122 in your future.
Oh, yeah. Why? That's so funny about Tammy. Some of the stuff that just disappears and they never release it again.
There's ways around things, though. We get it. You'll be all right. I mean, there might be one in the future. You'd be a good friend, and there might be one in the future for you. We got a lot of people in the show. A lot of people, dude. I'm telling you, Whitey's a draw, man. Holy cow! We gotta get this guy more often.
Slow Friday night.
Yeah, we gotta get this guy in more.
It's because people don't ever get to see him on video. They want to know what he looks like and shit.
The best looking geek there, man. Look at even Darren's. Listen. Darren is not a good-looking guy.
Darren said he ain't moving his stuff, his plastic.
We're gonna do. Listen, we all know that D. Randy. Listen, he's not a good-looking guy. Frodo, forget about it. The guy's like half Neanderthal. Samo, come on. What are we talking about here? All right, now Prez is an old man. You are the best-looking guy in the show. You are the centerpiece.
Well, I thank you. I think.
I'm only kidding. I love you. Gotta love it when he wears his bomber jacket. All right, so this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna have some more fun. It's gonna be a long show, but we're gonna look at your work and not just a pretty face and a great voice, Whitey. You are a good modeler too, so we're gonna look at some of your work.
Appreciate that. Thanks.
Yeah,
I try. I don't.
I
Even...
definitely
For you.
Yeah, for you, exactly. So Frankie, look at Donati. Look at his face. It's lighting up. That means he's looking at pictures, looking to see what he's gonna put on the screen. Steve Santucci is falling asleep as we speak again. Look at this guy. Had a rough day, man. It's been hard to breathe over here in the East Coast, man, because of Canada, man. There's fucking fires coming.
Yeah.
Everybody
Yeah, Adams, chill out, would you?
Everybody thinks that like the smoke isn't going through Canada too to get to the fucking States. We don't like it any more than you do.
Yeah, but it's only in your country for like a split second before it goes over the fucking border.
It is
In the
bad
grand scheme
here
of
as
things,
well.
They're all in northern Ontario,
Dude,
man.
the sun looked like fucking Star Wars when he's looking at like the freaking moons of the suns of Tatooine. That's what it looked like yesterday.
Dude, this has been the first summer in the last like 6 years that I can remember that it wasn't like that the whole time.
It reminds me of Iraq out there right now.
Yeah.
The way it smells
Yeah.
too.
Yeah, yeah,
It's almost like you visited Philly.
Yeah, what is this, Matt? Who's Matt saying that you look younger? Look at we're kind of glad that, like I said this before we started off air. I told Justin I'm very happy that his beard grew back, and it had muscle memory and knew how to grow back. Like when you shave someone's eyebrows, you know how they don't grow back sometimes. Thank God his beard grew back, right, Justin?
Absolutely.
All right, Frankie, we got some pictures, we got some work to look at over here for Mr. Whitey.
Of course we do.
All right, he sent a lot of stuff here. Look at this, that Pro Builder. You know who that is, right? It's Brian Denklau, Mr. Whitey. That's
Okay,
Brian
yeah.
Denklau.
No, I didn't know that moniker. No, not offhand.
Yeah, that Pro Builder is Brian, a good friend and very good friend of both our shows, Mr. Brian Denklau from the Built Sideways podcast.
You need to come with him next year down to the ODO.
I would like to go. It is a long trip for one day, though. Oof, that's a long trip.
Well, you don't come for one day. You come stick around. And spend
Well,
a weekend.
I'm retired now, so I can stay.
Yeah,
over
I
there.
heard
What's
that.
your fucking problem then?
So I'll
Go.
bring Stan Tucci down too. I gotta bring Tooch down. I can't go
Bring the
without
Tooch. Bring the Tooch.
You guys swing by my little neck of the woods and pick me up. I'm right off the Pennsylvania
Yeah,
Turnpike.
I forgot about Justin. You know, I forget about Justin. Justin's very forgettable sometimes. I'm sorry, Justin.
Everyone forgets about me. It's all right.
All right,
I'm
so what
used
are
to
we
it.
looking at here, Mr. Whitey?
All right. So this aircraft has quite a history. And I don't mean the model. I mean the aircraft that's depicted here. That's aircraft bureau number 153442. So it's a pretty old P3. It started life as a P3 Alpha.
Okay.
That was the aircraft I did my last flight on with over there. VXS-1, which formerly the Navy Research Lab. That's why it still has the Naval Research painted on the fuselage up there. And there's a story behind that as well.
Okay.
All right. So I was in that squadron, as I said, and so I wanted to build that particular one because we flew that thing quite a bit, and I thought, that'll be a challenge to do the not just the dome, but there's a lot of other small details on it. So I went ahead and, I had the plan to build that thing anyway. And I come home one day and my CO's wife was in the house talking with my wife. And, it's kind of unusual. I'm a lower enlisted guy. I get to skip his wife, hang out with my, they were just friends. They knew each other from out in town. And so she saw my work down here in the basement on the shelves and was like, wow, this is amazing stuff. And she said, can you build 442? Because I would love to give it as a gift to my husband for the change of command was coming up.
Yeah,
Okay. So I was like, yeah, I've been wanting to do it anyway, so that'll be a good test run for me.
Okay.
And so I went ahead and I built it for her to give to him. Of course, I charge her some money, man. It's a lot of work. It's a lot of hours sitting there. But I enjoyed doing it, and I kept my notes along the way for my own build later that I was going to
Okay.
get to.
So you built
And,
another one of these after?
Not yet.
Not yet. Okay. You did a great job. This looks great. I love the presentation of it too. It's great.
Thank you. So the dome itself, it came from a Hawkeye kit, obviously, and then the pylon, I had to scratch build that because it is different from an E2's pylon. The height is different, etc.
Okay.
Whatever. It's the old Hasegawa kit, 1/72nd scale. The only thing I kick myself for is there's no pilots in the seats, and it was like a last minute thing. She was like, "Oh, can you put it on a stand?" And I was like, "Oh shit, all right." So I had already had it closed up and put it on a stand. And anyway, yeah. So I enjoyed doing it. I had a lot of fun painting that scheme. The red, the international orange is technically what it is. The decals I had to get custom made because nobody did those decals, and I believe a guy up in Canada, maybe through I don't even remember who. But anyway, so naval research was put on the aircraft during my time there in the squadron. It had gotten removed years before when they swapped from Navy Research Lab to Scientific Development Squadron 1, aka VXS1. But traditionally, Naval Research Laboratory was always painted on the NRL birds. And the oncoming skipper, he was big. He was a big history nerd himself and aviation history. He dabbled in models a little bit, so he wanted it to look like it did back in the day, and so had the paint and finish guys shop put Naval Research back on there, like you see, and so from a modeler perspective, from a judging perspective, or whatever, that is not Navy font. That is Air Force font, because what they did was that the paint shop had a vinyl cutter, and so they cut out stencils and did it using stencils, and off they went. Stenciled it, shot the paint on there, peeled them off, come in Monday morning, hey, there it goes, nice and fresh. I see the skipper upstairs. I say, hey, you got the wrong font on the airplane. And he was like, you think anyone's going to notice? I was like, I noticed because, anyway.
He said, close enough.
Someone had asked a question here. Where did it go to, Frankie, about that? Did this go to the DEA or something?
No, the Customs Service flies a couple of what they call AEW P3s. But this one in particular, the reason it has the dish on it is because when this was the test bed for the Hawkeye 2000 system. So if I had provided a shot of the underside, this thing not only has the radome on top, it also has an antenna on the underside called an
That's a weird name.
It's a weird name.
An acronym for something.
Anyway, it has another circular antenna on the underside for look down, and the customs birds don't have that. So that's like from an outsider, looking at it, you'd think, oh, okay, it's the same deal, but it's not. This thing was, again, it was the test bed for the Hawkeye 2000 stuff before they started building those things down in St. Augustine. And what we used the bird for, once that test program was over, we would use it for range clearance out on the West Coast for the nuclear missile defense systems. So we would go out and clear ranges out in the South Pacific for the guys in Vandenberg to chuck nuclear warheads down through and hit the ocean. So we'd go out there and make sure the ocean's clear and all that kind of thing, using this thing for that. Eventually, it wound up in VX30 out on the West Coast, and they used it for a similar thing, range clearance. They do a lot of, they had their billboard. If you've ever seen that P3 with the big billboard sticking out from the tail, they did a similar mission with that type of airplane. That billboard radar could only look in one direction, whereas this thing can look at the whole area. So they scoffed it up from us after we got done using it. And eventually it just wound up scrapped, and it sits right now in an airfield down in just south of Jacksonville. If you get on Google Maps, you'll see it sitting there. But the dome's gone. The customs guys stripped it for parts, and it and that's
is this the plane where you struggled with orange, or was it it was a yellow one or a orange one?
No, that was the yellow one. That's the
yellow one.
The DC-130, the drone controller that those guys used to, the VX-30 also operated that thing, or eventually became the Bloodhounds. they operated that thing. But yeah, that was the build, the 148 scale C-130 that had all the yellow on it. That God, don't ever appreciate yellow. Yeah.
Whitey, I think you guys, you geeks, need to go down and restore that aircraft and make that the Model Geeks IPMS tour aircraft.
Yeah, I'm not touching. It's it's in a pretty dilapidated state. So
That's all right. It's a 1-to-1 model.
But anyway, sorry for the long story on that one. But
No,
that
I
is-
love
that
it,
is-
man. That's you know what? There's nothing better than a model that was done
You
for
know,
a
so
reason.
it
There's
is,
a
you know,
story to it. So
not-
this was given to that person, though, right? This particular.
yeah. It eventually got presented to the skipper, and I had the caveat that, okay, please don't, say that I built this thing. I don't want to look like that guy in the squadron, but
But did he
because
know that you built
it
it
was
with
a side business deal with Eventually, he found out that I had built it, and he's, oh wow, I really appreciate it, and he has it to this day. He works down in the Jacksonville area, and he's a contractor. He instructs for the Navy now.
He doesn't
and,
realize how much money that's worth. That's an Andrew White model, for Christ's sake. The freaking
I've,
different level, the money on that. Forget right. Forget about it.
I don't have a single P3 in my collection right now because I've built several of them. Because one thing about the military is once they find out you do models, whether you're in an Army unit or Marines,
Andrew
whatever,
says that all the time.
people hit you up immediately and they want you to build them something. And I've done
build
it
the
for,
shit that they work on or whatever, right?
Yeah. And
Andrew gets that all the time.
usually once you toss a price at them, they go, oh wow, that's not like that's expensive. And I'm like, yeah, well that's my time,
we don't
that's
wanna
my
work,
weekends, that's etc. I was like, I will build it. It'll look awesome. It'll have your name on it. It'll be the airplane you soloed in. It's not going to be like one of those wooden ones you buy at the exchange, that made in Taiwan or whatever, or cranking them out down in the Philippines that you're going to pay $300 for anyway.
Right.
This thing's going to be a no shit, replica of how you want it to look, and everything. So I have built I was always real choosy about who I'm not just going to do it for anybody type of thing.
Right.
Put it that way,
No,
Like,
because you're right. You throw a price at them and they're like, "What the? Like, really?"
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
It's like you don't understand what's 100 hours of your time worth.
Yeah, right.
Right. D-Ran just said it. And it's true.
Materials
Like
and
you
the
just said,
kit
Rob,
and
it's like
everything else.
you're like, oh, how much to do this model? And you're like, well, I mean, throw a number out there. Like, okay, I'll give you $100 or $200 to build a model. I'm like, what am I working for 50 cents an hour?
Yeah.
Plus,
Not
like
even.
very
But you get to do it because you like to.
This
No.
isn't some Nike warehouse in freaking Beijing, China, getting paid 25 cents an hour. You know.
I've always liked the P3. When I was growing up, we had Warman. I think they called it. Oh no, it was the Johnsville Naval Air Warfare Center up here in Warminster, Pennsylvania, and that was right down the street from my house. And I used to remember coming down Jacksonville Road and seeing that tail stinger sticking out of the backside of a hangar because it didn't all fit in there. And I was like, oh, what the hell is that? And then, get to see it a couple times when they're actually putting it in there. I was like, I like that. I got one in the stash. I think I kind of want to do it a little different, kind of like one of the Hurricane flyers, but there's a whole bunch of shit that you got to change on that from what I've briefly looked at. So
there's
probably just going to go box stock.
Justin sounds good, but his video is delayed bad. He's like broadcasting from like Mars or something.
Did I free? Okay.
You got to work on that Wi-Fi.
He's got divorcee internet. That's why.
I'm getting the opposite from you guys.
Yeah.
All right. So what are we looking
Let me.
at?
I'm going to hop out. I'm going to hop back in.
Whatever. Listen,
That's what she said.
A little weird
No.
What are we looking at here, Whitey? What do we got here?
Okay, that's a Beechcraft T-34. That's the Academy 148 kit, and it's a fantastic kit. I gotta say,
I like this guy.
Goes together really nice. My only beef about it is the canopy fits great if you're closing it. If you want to open it though, it just doesn't fit along the top like it should. Nor does the aft section slide along the fuselage like it should either. But at any rate, it goes together nicely. The surface details fantastic with the raised rivets and stuff like that. And that's also the kit decals. and depicts a bird out of Softly Field down near Pensacola. I don't know what that was.
I think that no, that's some reverb coming from somebody. It might have been
Okay.
Justin just jumped back in, so we're good.
So anyway, yeah, it's 1950s era Navy trainer.
You did a great job. I love the color on this Whitey.
Yeah.
I want to talk about your paint work because I know Samo's so big with the aqueous paints. He goes through all his spiel. Like with you, like this, like what did you
Well, they
do?
pay him, you know that, right?
I'm sure they do.
You know, he's on their payroll, so
Of course
he's got to say that stuff.
But like, what'd you do to get this? I mean, did you what's the way you primed to get this yellow to look the way it did and all this?
That
stuff?
is just I want to say I just
Why am
used
I in the
Tamiya
dark?
yellow right out of the bottle with that one because I wanted it to look like the official color would be 15853, but internet shit, what the hell's the yellow they call it? Anyway, the FS number. Obviously, Tamiya doesn't do FS numbers, but I wanted it to look a bit sun faded. So when I was messing around painting scrap, on my mule, I thought, you know what, the Tamiya yellow right out of the bottle, Tamiya flat yellow looks great. As a sun faded yellow bird. So that's what I went with. It's just straight up Tamiya.
Really
paints,
nice.
man.
It went down really good. And those decals are those are the decals
like I said,
over the rivets. Wow.
They were kit decals because Caracal had not come out with their sheet yet, I don't believe, when I built this thing. So I was like, all right, let me try out the kit decals. I don't know who does Academy's decals, but yeah, they worked. They went down beautifully.
Yeah.
Again, over that raised
the rivet
surface, it really hugged down on them really good.
Well, they do have cartograph decals, but I don't know if that kit's older than when they started using them. But
so some people, watching or here Darren makes the point right there. I love the pocket NATOPs. So that's what you see behind the where the instructor would be sitting back there, the yellow book. Or the yellow book, the blue book rather, aka the big blue sleeping pill. That was, that every naval aircraft you have a what they call a NATOPS manual, the operator's manual for the airplane, and that's what that depicts. And I think there's like a pocket, another checklist up on the port side, left side. What do you call it? Dashboard.
Yeah, no, this is really nice, Whitey. I love the color, and you did a really, really sharp. The decal is excellent. You can't see any film, nothing.
Yeah,
really well done. The cockpit looks great, like you said. All the little things, like those little, like you said, the books and the manuals and things like that. Those really add to like.
Is this 48 scale?
Yeah, 48 scale. Yeah, I will apologize. I will apologize ahead of time for my photography, Rob.
No, you did a really good. No.
I don't do photography yet. I mean, I need to really take the time to get a little area set up where I can dedicate to taking photos. We had Jeremy Moore on our show, and he gave a great dissertation.
Yeah, I heard him.
On how to do photos.
I think you mentioned me. Did you mention me during that conversation about me?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, I'm sure we did.
Yeah. Listen, these are good pictures. I always say, man, we're always trying to get contributors, even for the Scale Aircraft International magazine, and which is really good. Harvey Lowe has got like the cover again for that thing, and we're always looking for contributors for that publication as well. I even offered that to Samo because you guys do great work, and there's no reason why you shouldn't have like write-ups on some of your builds like these, especially those types of vehicle, that aircraft. That's interesting. It's cool. You don't realize the interest there is in those, in some of those subjects.
It's not a fighter. It's not sexy. But the T-34, it's everyone out there wearing gold wings sat their butts in those things, so.
Someone asked, why am I sitting in the dark? It's like, because the lights, if I put the lights on down here, it's like so bright. I can't see. That's why I'm sitting in the dark. And plus the ghosts are moving around again tonight. I don't feel like dealing with them. I'm kidding.
The ghosts like the dark, though, don't they?
The last live cast, you heard the ghost walking behind me. I think it was the last one or the one before. You heard I had to throw my headset off. But so hold on a minute. Time out. So you used Tamiya paint on that guy. Oh, you
Yeah.
got rid of pictures. That was all Tamiya paint, everything.
Yeah,
Tamiya
look at,
acrylic or Tamiya lacquer?
acrylic XF
Acrylic.
XF3.
And what's your process though? Do you
I'm a Mr. Surfacer guy. I love that. So I if I remember correctly, I probably hit that with a really light coat of Mr. Surfacer 1500, just to get a nice even gray primer.
What? Okay. I was gonna say, which
Even
color?
gray. Yeah.
is it the pink? Because don't people
gray,
use pink
yeah.
for yellow?
Now I would have the pink wasn't available at the time. I built this probably
Right.
3 years ago, something like that. But right now I'm building a CH-149, a Canadian cormorant, and so that thing's going to be all yellow. And I have the pink primer, and I did some test painting the other day using that stuff and the yellow. The yellow I'm using is Mr. Hobby yellow.
Okay.
Does it make it too vibrant for what you're trying to do?
No, it goes down. Plus, the cormorants are very vibrant anyway. It being a rescue helo. So that's the I messed with that stuff the other day, and I was like, cool. It's not taking me 15 coats to get some yellow going. Like I hit it with the pink primer, came in probably 2 passes over the area, and it was like, all right, cool. That looks great. It was like,
Did you ever see that?
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, I was just gonna say, did you ever see that checkerboard spinner I did?
I don't think so. I don't recall.
I did a yellow and black checkerboard spinner, and I painted all the yellow over black.
Oh man,
that was fun.
How is my question there?
Yeah, it was,
Very, very light coats, man. It's just,
then why would be my second question?
so
because you had to make a decision. What color is the best to start with when you're doing yellow and black, right?
Yeah.
you did a good job on the spinner. You're world renowned for that spinner.
We hear about it every 3 months.
Right. So the
Shut up,
decals,
Andrew.
though, are you doing like clear, like a gloss coat, decals, gloss coat over? Any sanding? Any work on the decals on that kit?
Usually with acrylic paint, I'll do like Samo's method of that was, again, it was XF3 yellow is what I shot down.
Right.
Because Samo has alluded to this too in his many talks on painting. Using a flat paint gets you better coverage. It just works better. If I'm gonna do a glossy finish in the end, I'll just come over it again with a really thin layer of either a gloss coat or a gloss paint top coat. But base paint's gonna be flat. So with this one, like I said earlier, I wanted that worn look. I wanted that sun faded look. So I just shot it flat yellow, and then in the areas where decals are, polished it with I have some really soft cotton gloves, and I'll use those things to just polish the area with my finger where the decals are going to go. Because going back to that same theory of less is more when you're talking to the surface of a model. And so I just get the area smooth. That doesn't have to be shiny. It just has to be smooth, for a decal to go down. Right. And so that's what you're doing when you're taking a cotton, whether it be a cloth or whatever. Like I said, I have these gloves that I got from Micro Mark. I got like a whole bag of these things. It's like 100, and they're just really soft, super soft, and you can just polish real.
They're like the gloves they wear when they're holding the Stanley Cup.
Exactly those, yeah. And so that's what I did there. It was just polish the areas with it. There's not a lot of decals, as you can see. So now when you're doing something where you got 4,000 little stencils, then I'll probably go with a thin gloss coat, because 1,000 stencils, you're gonna get some silver in somewhere along the line. So
Justin is now a spectator, and he's putting up these things. I don't know if he's already. All right, so Frankie, you want to go to the next model? This is more like a little diorama with figures, Whitey. You didn't have like one big picture
the one that
of this.
Painting figures for fucking weeks and weeks and weeks.
Yeah. I don't have any good photos, I'm sorry, of the whole diorama. So that the ones I sent you were just some piecemeal ones.
And I thought it looked great. Yeah, it was really cool.
But this is again, big World War II history nerd like most of us are, right? And so that's C-47 of the I can't remember off the top of my head what the troop carrier group is, but it's anyway, that's the aircraft that Lieutenant Winters and his stick
Right.
jumped from is that aircraft.
One of these
And,
planes was at the Air Power Museum in Long Island.
yeah,
Right, it
yeah,
used
they
to be
have
over
one.
here, yeah.
I'm not sure of the history of that particular one, but I've been out there to that museum.
Yeah.
And then it's the monogram kit and the figures. You know, the monogram kit comes with a bunch of paratroopers, but you have 3 separate poses. And I just, and then someone was like, "Oh, there's a guy on eBay who does these 3D guys and 3D printed figures." So I got a couple of sets from him, which obviously, as you can see, there's more variation to the poses. And the one, if you look at the side of the fuselage there, you see a red-headed fellow there, and that's supposed to be Dick Winters. And that is an H3 figure. Now, believe me, I would love to have 25 H3 figures out there, but you do the math on that, and I'm, those figures are fantastic, but they're very expensive. So yeah, I had a lot of fun doing that one. That was I did that a couple of years ago for the anniversary of the D-Day invasion.
What are they carrying there?
Those are rifle bags.
That's the Mazette
okay.
bag.
No, that's not the Musette bag. Those things right there are the. If you watch the series Band of Brothers on the D-Day drop, they're using those things. But then later on the Market Garden drop, you see them removing their rifles from those things prior to the drop because they learned that when you hit the ground, you want to be ready to fight. You don't want to be sitting there fucking around with a bag and pulling a rifle out and all that other shit.
Yep.
Yeah, that makes total sense. Just give me my gun. I'll jump with it. Thank you.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So I building the C-47. I was like, well, I want to do that scene where they were kind of loading up and getting ready to go, and so that's what I was trying to depict here. And I'm no dioramist by any stretch of the imagination, but I just have fun doing it. And the truck right there, it's 48 scale Tamiya deuce and a half. With the cab, I wanted that solid cab, and Gasoline has a replacement cab for it that you can, so you don't have to use the canvas.
Yep.
And also you can do the same with mixing and matching with the fuel truck that Tamiya does. I really wish they would re-release the Deuce with the option of the solid cab. I have another one because I'm going to do a 148 scale. What is it? The Clubmobile. So I have a conversion to make a Clubmobile out of that one. I want to do an airfield scene with one of those, and I'm going to use
the conversion. Who does the conversion?
CMK, I believe it is.
CMK. Okay.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to find, but I came across one on eBay, and boom, there it was.
Yeah. Look at this, man! This is really cool.
Yeah,
I wish you had a full shot of this, to see the whole thing, but.
So shout out to Frildo again. I'm not a dioramist. I don't know anything about groundwork, but he had a whole box of just like stuff. He's like, "Hey, I'll come over. We can just mess around and make a base for this."
Well, I like that there's grass growing between the cracks and shit.
Yeah.
That's a nice little touch.
There's
really
enough little
cool.
small touches. There's enough little small touches that have been grabbed but still not take away from what the original model is.
Yeah. 48 scale figures. I love painting. Because you don't have to mess around with facial features so much with that. You just hit them with a wash and you're good to go. You're not going to try to paint 48 scale eyeballs. God knows.
I love the dioramas like this that has like a plane, trucks, tank, like all different vehicles, and I really like that because you don't see it that often.
Yeah, but it doesn't look too busy, at least from what we can see here.
Right.
Yeah, it's just the two vehicles there. And, the car up forward is that, again, Tamiya's staff car.
Yeah.
Again, a hard to find kit. And
it is.
You can do so much with that thing. I'd like to do a gray navy one. With
I think I got another one. I have another one. I think I have one in my stash where I'll give it to you if you want it.
No. I have another.
I'm not gonna look out for you, man. Listen, you make a request. I gotta follow through. Wake up, there'd be a horse's head in my bed. You know what I mean? I don't want to have any problems. Nah, this is really good. I mean, listen, I love that you're really incorporating the armor into your planes a little bit too, which is good.
Yeah, there's variety.
All right.
The problem is with that is then your base starts getting bigger and bigger and bigger, right? Because
yeah,
right. I mean, you can't be too big. Look at this guy, man. You got a lot of nerve.
I got a lot of
What? It's a Sherman. It's not German.
No, but he did a really
Problem.
fucking nice job on this camouflage.
Well,
Look.
in photos it looks good.
No, I've seen you. No, hold on. Time out. Go to the grid, Frank. This guy's winning awards at the Nationals, this prick, for quarter scale armor. He's got a lot of nerve, man. Fucking crossing the picket line and entering his armor at the Nationals and winning awards. And it wasn't like he was like, he didn't pull a Rob Adams where he was like the 2 of 2. So
Oh
when
my
he won
God,
it,
shut the
when he
fuck
won second place, he was one of 2 people. There was a lot of quarter scale models down there, and this guy's pulling the place.
So this is the DML, I believe.
This
Sherman,
is 35th, though. This is 35th.
35th scale. I built this one
Yeah.
for the Triple P's entry into the Nats a few years ago. They did all the Shermans.
Yeah.
And I wanted to do something a little different. And TJ hit me up, and I was like, all right, I don't know, what should I do? And he's like, I got a kit, I'll mail you, and you can. I'm gonna get the nomenclature wrong on this particular Sherman, but it's a I want to say it's the HV type or something like that.
I am not a Sherman guy.
That's to do with the suspension.
Yeah,
the suspension. But,
the suspension and also the visibility, I guess, too, out the front. They changed the way the
vision
driver.
board.
Yeah.
This wasn't what they called the dual vision, whatever.
I believe so. Yeah, because
Yeah,
you can
there was
see those
something
little deals up there on the hatches.
Someone here. I think Rob Burnside's in the room still. I think he might know the suspension on this. I'm not good with that, but
yeah.
I really like the way. I love that. Was this supposed to be like in Italy or something?
No, I believe it was. It may have been Italy, but it's a Polish unit.
Polish.
And I came across this photo. Researching that type of Sherman. I just wanted to do something a little different than just.
I think it looks.
I
never seen something like this with
and
this. Yeah,
I came across
cool.
a photo, or I don't think I had a real photo. It was an artist depiction type of deal of that, with this scheme on it. And, the first thing I thought was like, if I'm a Polish guy running around Europe, the last thing I'm going to do is paint my tank to look almost like a German camo.
Yeah.
I didn't, I don't know what the thought process was behind that. But,
right.
And I assume
and for
it's
direct vision,
accurate.
that's it. Rob is right.
Yeah. Okay. And the decals were from that Star Decal company. The Polish. I want to say is it the second armored division of the Polish. I believe the first is the one that has like a Trojan helmet. So again, I got to get up on my armor, my military history, my aviation history.
Yeah, you went with a really dark green, which is cool. Exactly.
Right.
Yeah, I think again that's all just Tamiya paint, whatever I have sitting here.
The drab was really dark in real life, man.
Looking at it in these photos, it almost looks like it's wet and got rained on or something.
Yeah, it looks a little shiny.
Did you texture the turret at all?
It doesn't look shiny in this picture, though. This looks
doesn't look shiny in this picture. No.
That other one might have been prior to me hitting it with a dull coat or something. No, I didn't. Would you ask if I textured anything? No,
yeah, because it's got a nice
the...
little texture to the top. I mean, that might be DML's plastic, but
yeah, it's just right out of the box, and then all the stowage is Steve Munsell value gear.
There you go. You said TJ sent this to you, huh?
Say again.
TJ sent this to you.
Yeah.
Wow, really? He's pulling a solid to somebody? Not giving you a hard time. Wow.
And now the tracks are some really I don't remember the name of them. But they were horrible. The resin, and thank God they give you a whole bunch of extra ones because they were breaking left and right on me.
Like 3D printed resin?
Yeah, the 3D printed resin. Okay. Oh no, I'm sorry, cast. So they were an older set. So
and you had to pin them then?
No, they had their again. It was all cast, so hence the breakage, right? So no, they didn't come with pins. They were all separate, and they kind of slid together, type of deal. But I was again,
and it's all super glue then holding it together.
Yeah.
Holy fuck that!
So what is that you saying? Vertical value suspension? I don't know. Is that what it's called? I don't know.
Is that? I believe so. And what that's talking about is the springs are vertical, vice horizontal. Like if you look like I know, if you look at an Easy 8, the way its suspension is. They're horizontal. The spring. mechanism is, again, my armor nomenclature sucks. I'm sorry.
Well, listen, there's Justin. Is Justin back in here? No, that's. Oh, Justin Ryan's replacement. You're changing your name. Misi's looking something up right now.
I've got a Sherman book and I'm looking. Hang on.
Right, there you go. You did a great job on this camo, Whitey. I think it really
Vertical volute sprint suspension.
There you go.
VVSS.
That's Logan.
Not
Logan said it.
HVSS. So you're right.
No,
Horizontal
VVSS,
versus vertical.
So it
right?
looks like LB was probably right too.
Yeah.
So
horizontal
there was a
volute spring system. The design was stronger and more efficient. There we go. Okay.
You did a good job on this, Whitey. I think this. I've never seen a Sherman painted like this, and that's why it's cool.
No.
Yeah,
I've never
and if
seen it.
anyone's out there that wants to, I don't have the my research, my files are on my other computer, and I can't remember where the hell I came across the photo of it, but again, it was a painting, it was an artist like 3-view thing, so I don't have an actual black and white to prove that scheme was, and because I hate going, I like to match the two. Like, if I come across a lithograph, I go, okay, now let me find a real photo of this thing. And usually you can do that easily with airplanes because you just see a number on the thing somewhere, and you bang it in. But with armor, it's always hard to see the numbers to begin with. And, so
there's a good chance though that he took it from the artist took it from a.
I would assume, you would hope. A lot of artists, I think like we do, is when you talk like military artists or any artist, they want to depict realism. So for the most part, I
don't think it's probably 99% chance that it was real. Just what colors it was.
Yeah.
So Whitey, there's some YouTube references. The first Polish division, there's some YouTube videos that have the tanks where you can see the wavy camo pattern. So
interesting.
Yeah.
All
right.
Look at that.
Trendsetter. See what's going to happen now after this show? You're going to see a lot of people. This is going to be
this guy, whatever, with these Polish tanks is going to be like, holy fuck, it's all over.
And look at what Paul just said. That's an odd-looking airplane, Whitey. He told you.
Paul's one of our club members down the street here.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, well, that costs the Poles, I mean, come on. Do we have to make Polish jokes in here tonight? I want to insult nobody.
Yeah.
My wife is Polish.
Look at this guy. He's a lot of nerve. Is that a tank craft, Matt?
It is.
Yeah, look at you,
yes.
Man. Look at this guy.
Not ruined by Tamiya extra thin yet.
And look how nice this picture is with your white background. What would you take this
now,
at Sano's house?
That was taken at Darren's house. Darren had a nice photo set up, so we would go over his house once in a while and take photos.
Yeah, now that's a sharp picture right there.
That's a fucking awesome.
Wow, man, this is a nice model here, Whitey. What are we looking at with this guy, man? This is I love the paint job, man.
That's the Hasegawa 148 Harrier 2 AVAB in the Desert Storm market. This is I built a collection of Desert Storm models for the 30th anniversary year.
Okay,
that's all I built that year was all Desert Storm stuff.
Right.
But that it's a Hasegawa kit, and for whatever reason, again, they released that version, and now it's like good luck finding it, man. And this particular one, I gotta shout out Scott Gentry. He sent this to me. I want to say via someone picked it up at Skyway Hobbies up there in Seattle and shot it my way because I don't know, I might have mentioned it on the show that I was looking for one because again, for whatever reason, these things they're really hard to find.
Yeah.
I don't know if that new company that just come out with a Harrier, if they're going to go to this, maybe release a version of this this particular version. But the ones they were used in Desert Storm, the Marines they put these cool schemes on them, and you can see a lot of photos out there with some pretty cool different loadouts on them. You'll see them with, I did all cluster bombs here, but you'll see them with a mix of cluster bombs and Mavericks. And then also there's some out there with, there's an odd looking ECM pod on the center pylon if they're not carrying the gun pack. I believe I put the gun pack on this thing. But yeah, had fun doing it. The decals are the old Super Scale. You know, if you remember back when Desert Storm was wrapping up, Super Scale, they did a great service coming out with they were Johnny on the spot when Desert Storm wrapped up, because they were like, man, they were cranking out sheets back then of all the stuff that was in theater over there. So
now let's walk through the process, because this is a fucking great job, Whitey. This is a great model. I love the colors. What did you do paint wise on this? And if you remember, and how did the decals go down? Because this should be on the cover of a magazine. This guy, man, this is excellent. I'm serious, man.
Appreciate it.
I mean, that one shot. I mean, the other. Go two pictures back, Frankie. Actually, the one that. Yeah, look at that shot, man. Everything's in focus, man. That's a great shot.
I will say the Hasegawa Harrier line, they are tough to build, because they did a lot with the molds. They did a lot of different versions. So you have a lot of I mean, goddamn, there's like the whole nose section to the different wing tips, you know, between the US and the British versions. There's just a whole lot of inserts and separate parts that just it's not a straightforward build. There's a lot of sanding, a lot of puttying going on.
How have you done it? How did you do at shows with this?
I don't know. I might have picked up an award or two with them. I you know.
Well, what's the paint now? What colors did you use? Like, for me here, what do you got?
I can't rattle off the FS numbers off the top of my head, but I know that the paints that I used were aqueous, Gunzy aqueous, because the aqueous line, they do the FS colors, which is great, you know.
Right.
Excuse me. I need a
really
sip of
nice.
beer.
This is a really good.
So I don't remember offhand the exact FS colors I used, and the scheme itself. Again, I think it was something that the Marine Corps was experimenting with when Desert Storm kicked off, because you had them in the dark green and gray, and then.
What advantage does gray give you in the desert, though?
Yeah, good question. Nothing from above, wouldn't imagine, but in a hazy sky, however, that thing's gonna disappear. Of course, you know, over there was no air to air, you know, necessarily. There was a little bit on like the first day, but after that, I don't, you know, grays, against the desert background, you're kind of shit out of luck. It's gonna stick out like a turd in a punch bowl, I guess, but.
The contrast of those two grays, though, is fucking perfect. I love it.
Yeah, I love it, man. It looks great.
Thank you. Thanks. Yeah.
This is a really solid model. I would love to break your balls a little bit. I can. I mean, this is. I mean, cool. I wish we had more pictures of the cockpit.
I can send you photos of stuff you can break my balls on all day long, man. I mean, come on, let's face it. We all have our dogs on the shelves, man.
No, speak for yourself. I got a lot of fucking things. I got bins and bins of shit. Excellent model. And then what's the scale? This is 48 scale.
48 scale, yeah. You know, I'm primarily a 48 scale aircraft builder. Right. I'll do 72nd scale stuff if it's something that's
you need to get to the
large
dark side,
scale.
Well, you want Whitey to do a 32nd scale?
32nd scale, yeah.
A 32nd scale F-14 Tomcat.
I don't have the room to put that. I had that kit. I had that Tamiya 32nd scale kit with all the aftermarket and everything else. I'm kind of kicking myself for selling it.
You got rid of it? Really? You got rid of it?
Yeah. I don't know.
What's the price? Those are not cheap, those kits, man.
No.
What's
the
that F-14 kit's pretty old. I believe that one even has raised panel lines on it, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's an odd mix of raised and it's like the forward fuselage was recessed and then the aft section was all raised. I don't know why. Again, Tim is funny company. Why didn't they go back and
Paul's going back to the armor here really quick. What is he saying? The valued spring is a piece of flat bar formed into a coil, whereas the normal springs is round bar formed. There you go. Thanks, Paul. See?
Good stuff to know. You know, that's another thing about this hobby is you're learning all the time.
Always learning. And,
you know, whether it be a piece of history, a piece of technical information, or a technique. You know,
it's that, and it's also getting inspired by seeing other people's work to do things for yourself.
Yeah.
Like especially something like this. Like okay, you dig of the podcast.
Here we go.
Oh yeah, there he's found the picture of it. There you go.
There you go. All right.
There you go. So it's now 100% confirmed.
There we go. You see, there we go. You dig about the podcast, right? When we talked about doing the live cast and to complement the podcast. You say, well, you know what? You can sit down on your podcast and talk about all the things you do in the hobby, techniques, what you like to build, what you build, and what's on the bench, and all this stuff, which is great. But you can't see anything, and this hobby is visual in a lot of ways. And by doing a live cast like this, showing people's work, like your work now, Whitey, you're seeing the stuff that you talk about on your show and the stuff that you do. Now, granted, you're not demoing it, but you're discussing what you're doing, how you did it, why you did it, and you might inspire somebody to do a Harrier or any of the stuff that you have. That's why we do it.
Amen. Yeah, absolutely.
Right? I mean, that's why we do this for. You think I want people to see Steve Santucci on the screen? We're going to lose listeners.
Oh God, help us!
I'm trying to make him see if he's awake.
He's got so much, Steve has so much patience with you.
Next Saturday, we're going out for dinner for the anniversaries, and this guy owes me a lot of money, so he's picking up the tab.
Yep.
Poor Steve. Poor Steve. Poor Steve.
The amount of psychiatry bills that he's caused, you think of it.
Yeah.
We're going to Conley's.
It should be a wash by now.
We're hitting Conley's before because it's right there. Conley's is like just on the other side of 6th Avenue. So you got to come out.
Yeah.
All right, what are we looking at here, Frank? Whitey. What are we looking at here now?
British Tornado, RAF Tornado.
Tornado.
It's the Eduard release that they had.
Okay.
Desert Storm boxing. Let's see what I do. I want to do Desert Storm one. You see those photos of them all chipped up because they put that thin layer of tan,
pink or whatever.
Faded
Yeah.
pink. Good.
Yeah,
Now for this, they use MRP paint. They make a bottle of that color that comes out looking pretty nice. And for the chipping, what I use, I'm sorry, I got to pull it out of my toolbox here. It's Mr. Hobby, Mr. Masking Sol Neo.
Yeah.
And that stuff is not
dabbed it on
with. Yeah, we dabbed it on with a sponge, and and prior to that, I did the European camo scheme, but I didn't do it the entire thing. I did it in areas where I knew I wanted to chip. Right. Which, looking at the airplane, is pretty much the entire thing in hindsight. But I wasn't precise about it. Like I didn't put a perfect camo scheme down. I just shot green and grays on it, and then overcoated it with the MRP Desert Pink, and then obviously did the chipping and with this stuff. You can see the area where the wings were swept back. A lot of photos I'd seen had it to where I don't know whether they were swept back when they did the painting, but that area was still in the gray and green camo.
Yeah,
cool.
That's a nice touch right there.
Yeah,
and underneath the leading edge slats as well.
The cool thing about tornadoes is the bombs or whatever always stay straight even when the wings move, right?
Yeah, it's pretty wild. Now, one thing I'll critique myself here. The pods on the outer wing there, I believe one side is an ECM pod and the other one is maybe not that. That one I did the green on the tip. I think the one on the starboard side, there's an ECM pod out there that I was supposed to put a green tip on, and I neglected to. See that pod over there? I don't know the name of this one. British Ordnance is not my thing, man.
Right.
Not my bag, baby.
Not my bag.
Now the laser guided bombs on the underside. The Brits again. My Brit ordnance designations. Not sure of them, but they have like a particular type of laser guided bomb that it's kind of fat. It's shorter and fatter than the U.S. ones. And God, who made those? They might have been from Air Res. So I wanted to definitely put a couple of those on there. The kit itself comes with a lot of ordnance with it, but it didn't come with those particular ones. So I didn't. So the back end of that thing, the APU exhaust is on back there by the tail, so they get real nasty back there. So I wanted to make it all dirty.
Fucking, you see, Cat. Did you look? Cat's like making if your tip is green. However, see a doctor.
I'm not catching the comments. The
guys are being very well behaved. It's the women that come in here saying things that are going to get us fucking thrown off the air.
Yeah,
dude. Did these decals come with this kit?
Yeah, the decals did, and also it's the Edward boxing, so they provide you with all that color.
Wow,
photo
they got
ed.
these naked ladies on one side, they got Snoopy on the other. It's
Yeah.
great.
Yeah, that looks fucking sweet, man.
So I went ahead and I used the option of the colored placard interior, which I'm not a fan of them, to be quite honest with you. I'd prefer to just paint my details.
Right.
I like Red Fox.
The stuff was there in the box, so I was like, let me use it. Let me try it out, man. So I went ahead and used it.
Seatbelts, I guess that's
It
all
is
Edward
a little
stuff, right?
flat looking, right?
Yeah, the seatbelts with again the Edward stuff, the Edward colored stuff, which you're familiar enough with photo etch, Rob, to that you gotta anneal it, right, so you can bend it.
Right.
But the colored stuff you can't do that with. You put heat to them, the paint's gone.
Paint's gone.
So, yeah.
And then you have to paint the edges anyways too.
Yeah. And sometimes the back side of them, you have to hit to hide the shine and everything like that.
Yeah.
So. But this kit was a real dog. It's an Edward boxing of a Revell kit, which was molded in 2014. So you think, all right, that's not so long ago. But man, the flash on this kit was unreal. The cleanup was a pain in the ass.
What about the exhaust cans? Did you do that?
The exhaust cans were, it being the Edward boxing, they provided them in resin.
Okay, you're lucky. Because I've heard building those from that kit is rough.
Yeah.
They do
and
work.
also, I think I closed the speed brakes on the back end, and getting those things to lay down and smooth. It was I should have just left them open. Yeah, see, I got them closed.
You did a great job on this, Whitey.
Thanks,
and again, the paint, the gray paint where the wings were closed is a really nice touch.
Yeah,
appreciate
so
that.
Really nice
when they overpainted it, they didn't open the wings. It was closed.
I want to say I picked that idea up from again, I should have did my homework. I didn't know you were going to be showing this thing, but there's a young lady over in the UK who has a YouTube site, and she was building the same kit. I was kind of following along with her. She was an ex-RAF young lady, mechanic, and man, she did a way better job than I did on it. I want to say her name's Jane or something. I can't remember what her YouTube channel is. God damn it! I'll text it to you.
Should have came prepared, Whitey. You sent me these pictures, and you're like, I don't know, you're going to show them. You sent it. It was in the freaking folder.
Somebody out there knows who I'm talking about. They'll chime in.
There you go. Yeah, you did a great job.
Genesis Designs.
Genesis, yes. That's
Genesis,
the lady.
yes.
Yeah, she does fantastic work, and that's who I got inspired to.
Isn't there a guy who does stuff on there too? Genesis
I don't know. Maybe recently. I haven't looked at her
I
stuff
don't know.
in a little bit.
Okay, I'm not.
Oh, apparently her name is Jen of Genesis.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Makes sense.
And the power cut that's depicted there, that's a resin print. And I got that from some UK company too that I'm not prepared to give you an answer for, but sorry.
What do we got next, Frankie?
Next, we have Whitey's grand finale.
There we go.
Better be the Gannett.
Nope.
What?
No Gannett pictures, Adams.
For fuck's sakes, he said he sent them.
I did. Yeah.
Did you?
I didn't get them.
Hold on a minute. Time out. Hold on while you're doing this. Let me see here.
Oh, look at that.
I might. Let me see.
I love the wing fold.
Yeah,
that's the old Paragon set, which if I were to do it again, I'd try to track down a set of Wolfpack ones, just because the way you mount these things, the Paragon set's fantastic. The detail's excellent. In fact, I may not even have those things glued. The fit of the hinges is so tight.
Wow.
They go together like piano hinges do. If you're familiar with, so they're so tight they just slid together. And I think
you didn't send me it, Whitey. I got the 442. The folders are 442, AV88, C47 diorama, M4DV Sherman, S3B Viking, T34B Mentor.
You don't believe me?
Tornado. That's the only ones I got.
I may not have sent them. I apologize.
You didn't send them.
Fuck, epic fail. Get off the show.
Yeah, really disappointed in this guy. You know what? Thanks for ruining the evening and possibly the week.
I'm just gonna hang up now. Yeah.
I was waiting all week to hear about.
I'm sorry, man.
You didn't send it, but it's okay. You can
All
send
right,
it now
we'll move
while we
on.
have time. Send it to me.
I can do that if you're. Yeah. I'll
well, let's
do
talk
that.
about this guy, and then we'll bust
right,
on
all right.
somebody for 5 minutes, and then you said
So this is the again 48 scale Eschi S3
Okay.
reboxed a million times by, let's see, Italeri, AMT.
Oh wow, really?
But I will
Holy
tell
crap.
you that if you're going to build one of these, you want to get one of the old Eschi boxings, because that's when the molds were new and the canopy wasn't black.
Okay.
And that you pick up one of these AMT kits, and the canopy is literally, it's black plastic. You can't see anything through it. Now, the aircraft does have a tinted section. The area over the pilot and co-pilot or operator on that starboard side is tinted. The forward windscreen is clear, like normal. So what the Eschi boxing gives you one that is slightly tinted, and I think I darkened up the area a little bit with some Tamiya smoke on the inside,
Okay.
just to get it a little darker. But anyway, so all
So you
your
could-
S3 family comes with the, whether it be the COD or the ES3 version, they come with that. They're all built with that tint on the aft section. Let's see, the kit itself goes together really nice. It's not the most detailed. It's
The
got
panel lines and everything. Look,
yeah.
man.
I like the
Yeah,
panel
that's
line
great.
detail for this kit for the era that it come out to. I think it was like a mid 70s, late 70s, or
Wow.
released by those guys. I did replace the engine nacelles with Sierra Hotel. He does a line of the intakes and the fans because that's a weak point in the kit. There's a seam on the inside it's just really difficult to get rid of, and also it like the way the plastic is molded is you have a lip and then you're down on into the inside of the thing, like kind of like a trash barrel. Whereas in real life, an intake it wraps around the edge and it's smooth right into the fan, like you see there.
Really nice job, buddy.
But that again is part of the Desert Storm group, right? And so that era of
Just
naval
a stubby,
aviation,
chubby little thing. It's fucking cool, man. I love it.
yeah,
Yeah.
it was a cool plane.
Are those wings workable though? Are they workable?
No. They're glued in place, or stuck in place anyway. Like I said, I don't think I used any glue on them because I painted everything first, and then I was like, all right, let's put these things together and see how they look. And once I had them in place, I didn't want to touch them again, so I just left them there, man.
No, I love it. And the decals again, Whitey, very nice, man. Like
those are old super scale
wow,
decals,
right, Rob? I mean, look how good those stairs went down, man.
I wanted to do VS-22 because a friend of mine who I went in the Navy with from the neighborhood, me and Chris Bailey grew up together as kids and everything through elementary school and high school, and so we went in the Navy together at the same time, and he wound up in S3s. This was his squadron, and if you zoomed in on the nose landing gear door there, you'd see I put his name on the nose landing gear.
I see it. Yeah, PC Bailey.
Yeah.
The Dorchester.
Yeah. So, but the schemes from then, because the Navy was transitioning into the gray schemes, the dark grays and things. So they still had like remnants of like your S3s, the KA6Ds from Desert Storm have some really cool schemes because some, the KA6Ds, they kept those in the gray, in the gull gray and white, while the rest of the squadron was in tactical gray. And then the S3s were kind of in that same transition period. And so they were experimenting with it's really odd to see that large national insignia on the fuselage like that, but in dark, in gray like that. It's just the weird mix of colors there. It just kind of makes them look a little more interesting to me than just tactical gray. I'm not a fan of tactical gray schemes. It's just, that you could say they're boring. You can do a lot with them though, especially weathering wise, because they did get nasty and dirty, and that's what's fun about them.
Darren's asking if this wasn't that Bean and Carlos Danger's time frame?
Yeah. Benny and Carlos Danger are a couple of guys in our club that they were S3 operators. They were NFOs on these things, and I hit those guys up for some because I want to say Carlos. He was in theater. Benny too at the for Desert Storm. So I was asking them about the way I have this thing loaded out with a big portion of their mission over there was aerial refueling. And this jet in particular was operating off the Kennedy, which stayed on the Red Sea side of the Persian Gulf area of operations. So with them being that far away, they weren't doing any bomb dropping or anything like that. They were just up there supporting the strike packages, right? So my question, I remember asking Carlos, I said, hey, this thing has, if you look at the starboard side above the entrance hatch, I don't think I have a picture that it provided, but you can find photos of these birds online. And all the squadron birds have all these, quote, kill markings on them. And I was like, wow, VS-22 must have been really busy. And these guys are like, no, they really weren't. It was more that the skipper of the squadron, for every strike package that they supported, he wanted to put a kill marking on the which, hey, more power to him. But you're not out there schwacking radars and missiles and yes, we're all a cog in the wheel. We're all supporting, but does that mean the admin guys get air medals too? Then you know what I mean.
Right.
You know, so the skipper of the squadron at the time was, he took it upon himself to, hey, it's a good morale thing too. I get it, you know.
Yeah.
But to hear it from someone who is in the community, meaning the S3 community, to go, oh yeah, that was so and so. He was just real gung ho about putting markings on the birds, because they're at war, and of course, you want to come home with a bunch of kill markings on your aircraft, right? It looks good in photos. So that's kind of the story behind it, and it kind of makes you go, oh geez, that's kind of, it puts a damper on things, but we're 30 years on, so I can say that now, So,
yeah, no, exactly. So you got those, any more pictures of this guy, Frankie, or is that it?
That's it.
So Whitey, send me those pictures of that. What is it? The Gannet?
Ferry Gannet. Yeah.
The Ferry Gannet. Send them to me in the meantime. While you're doing that, I see, listen, I'm glad Darren is in here talking. God forbid you message your friend, D-Man. See how I'm doing. I could be dead. Nothing. I get messages when you need shit. But
you could have messaged him and asked how he was doing too.
I have. I got a string of messages. You remember in Spider-Man Homecoming when Peter Parker's messaging Happy Hogan asking about stuff, and all you do is all this messages to Happy with not one response. That's my strand to D-Ran, me asking how he's doing over and over again, and then there's no response.
Just scrolling and scrolling.
Just scrolling.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Poor Justin Ryan was having internet issues tonight. Poor guy. He was drinking scotch or whatever it was, a bourbon or something. What does D-Man say? I've been working. I know you've been fine. I know you're all right. That's why I don't even message you. I know you're fine. I hear from other guys. Yeah, I'm worried about Lou. Definitely, Ben. We're worried about Lou. We are still worried about Lou. Yeah, Lou, I'm worried about Lou. So this is a slight intermission while Whitey sends some more pictures to talk about his amazing work. This guy's just not, like I said, he's not a pretty face. He's just not an interesting voice on a podcast. He is a great modeler too. All those people that didn't believe that, Whitey, who are you paying to do your models for you, Whitey?
Exactly. Yeah. I don't know. God damn, I'm looking around
He's
for
a
that
celebrity,
Not
they
to
get
mention Whitey's basically sitting in a fucking closet. That's where he builds.
Yeah,
yeah.
Whitey's got a nice room.
Said before, I could have been a submariner easily enough, but
don't let him fool you. This guy, look at that room downstairs is huge down there, man. 1,000 square feet.
All right, I'm looking around for that file. I'm sorry.
Just don't worry about it. We're talking. We're having fun. It's
right.
a little intermission. We're having fun in the chat.
Hold on. It's on my external drive.
Yeah, we got Justin messaging now. He's a spectator. Yeah, Whistle Pig Brian. What the fuck is that? Whistle Pig. I'm sure Brian Denklau knows what it is. Brian Denklau's also.
It's probably something made in a bathtub. Made in a bathtub out the back of the barn.
Yeah.
Look at Brian Denklau. No, anyway.
Rye. He says it's rye.
What's the face for radio?
You.
Me? Best looking guy here. Oh my God. Look at D-Ran. I'm not D-Ran. Whitey. He's come on. He's ruined the whole night.
I'm going through my files.
Do I gotta get D-Ran on the live cast now? Or do I get Frodo on?
Riv looks like a before.
Get Frildo on and D-Ran too.
Well, we got to do a podcast together.
Equal
again.
time,
We have our
right?
50th.
Well, it's good
we're
to know
doing
that
our 50th.
D-Ran's still alive, so we're good.
D-Lan is alive. Listen, this guy's
Yeah.
this guy's like can't get rid of him, man. He's like Simplex 10. This guy, you can't get rid of him. Sticks around like a luggage. Never get rid of him.
All right.
All right, we're ready to go.
No.
Rob Rib, the human version of period cramps.
I gotta open up the old.
Frank.
Nah,
What is
no,
it?
We've
Frank,
been losing numbers as we speak because
Frank.
of the terrible
No, no, no.
things.
It's what my chem teacher used to say to me. He goes, "God had you in mind when he invented hemorrhoids."
Who, me?
Yeah.
See her.
All right, stand by. I'm opening up. Oh, what is it? WeTransfer is what you use, right?
Yeah. Send it we transfer and we'll get it going here. And then I'll send it to Frank. You know,
All
it's-
right.
matter of
It's,
fact,
it's just 5 photos, so it should be relatively quick.
yeah. And I'll just shoot you the link.
No, man. This is
I'll open it up from my end, Frank. It's okay.
this has been on my want list for a long time. This kid. It's just
I thought you have it. Don't you have one?
No, I don't have one.
You always
Okay,
talk about the fairy
sent
gannet all
them
the
to
time.
you.
No, he was
Yeah, I
talking
talked
about the swordfish all the time, which he still
Oh,
hasn't
the fairy swordfish. What's the
Yeah.
difference? It's the
done.
same.
We're all
thing.
still waiting for Adam.
The swordfish is a biplane, man.
Yeah, well, where is it? It's been waiting 2 years, man.
What, the swordfish?
Yeah,
I started it.
get cracking, McCracken. Jesus Christ.
You just said that, right, Whitey?
Yeah, they're sent.
Yep, I got it.
Just
All
5
right.
photos.
Yeah, we're good.
I think these may be the ones that D-Ran took as well.
Okay.
Okay, poke at rib. Let's see.
Tell a joke, Frank, while people are waiting.
I don't need to. I got you here.
Oh, there you go.
Thanks a lot, Frank.
You look pretty today. Not all.
Which,
Now is-
which
whoa,
swordfish
whoa.
cat? I've got a 48
better.
and a 32nd.
That's better. There we go. Now we can't see Riv at all.
Oh, that's
Hey,
nice.
man.
Thanks a lot, guys. Love you too. Fucking guys. All right. We're good. Let me see here. Oh, this is why I
There you
keep Frank around here.
There you go, Adams.
What are you showing?
The fairy gannet.
So
My
as
air-
a
my
as a
air
kid,
fix.
that is a very nice kit. It goes
I-
together really
I
really
got
nice.
some Rob Adams banners.
Oh,
Rob.
All right. Here we go.
Riv went dark and our numbers went up to 60.
No.
No, we broke 70 before.
Mhm.
Now we're good. I got everything now. I had to put it in a folder. So we're good. Look at this
There
guy.
we go. Yeah. Look at that
Oh,
fucking
Wow, this
thing.
looks great. Wow, figures and
Damn.
all.
I'm
Oh, I love it.
see now I got to try to remember the manufacturer of the figures. Oh man, it's a UK company. They're really hard to find. They're out of business is why. But
Oh wow.
whenever I see they come in these neat little blue boxes. God damn, I can't remember the name of them off the top of my head. At any rate, they make really unique figures. So I mean, 50s era UK or Royal Navy or even Royal Australian or Royal New Zealand Navy stuff is just non-existent. Trying to find photos of their flight decks to get detail. Like I was trying to find details of their tie downs, and they had a really funky tie down thing. Like unlike the U.S. ones, which is really big and it's welded steel cross sections that you can, they had these like really tiny things that pop up from the deck is what they tied down their aircraft with. So I was anyway trying to replicate those when I was making a base. But the deck figures, they're just not out there. You have some modern ones,
Right.
Royal Navy guys, but anything from the 50s era, man, forget about
The
it.
paint job is outstanding. Whitey, so talk to me here. What's the color? What's the colors on these guys?
All right, the paint again is Gunsy Aqueous is what I used here. The exact colors I want to say it's sky and dark sea gray. I imagine whatever they called for. You notice like I don't mind doing camouflage, but I just find that most of the stuff I build just isn't camo. The stuff that grabs my interest isn't necessarily camouflage. So
Right.
like painting something like this, it's got some pretty it's masking and you know, isn't always easy in itself. Like to
I
get
love
that
the
swoop up the
wings.
tail to look right.
Yeah, that I'm just thinking masking
Is,
my tail. Holy fuck.
Yeah, it's you know, because you want it to look, you know, correct, and you know the fuselage into the tail section there, you have a bit of a, you know, the compound curve that you want to work around.
So what'd you do? You used like that
Tamiya tape all the
whatever.
time. Yeah, I'll cut a really thin strip to get my initial line down, and you know, you always, you know, this is no big secret. You always use the edge that you're cutting, you know, not the outside edge of the tape, because that's gonna have the fuzz. Even though I don't give a shit if you
believe it or not, to me it makes that tape, and it actually does work well. Like that you can round
the
out
upper curves. But it's got its downfalls, man. It's like
a bit thick.
It's like electrical tape.
Yeah, and that's what I find is like it's it has a thick, it's thicker, so that it just has a bigger edge. So you have to be careful not to shoot your paint toward the edge, or else then you
you got to shoot onto it, right?
Yeah. So
the decals too, man. I mean, your decals go down great.
These are Airfix decals, man. Their newest sheets are cartograph printed, and just fantastic.
This is straight out of the box, nothing added to it.
I'm trying to think what I added. Yeah, I did add some things. The seat belts. I don't understand why they didn't provide seat belts in the kit. That's really weird. But Eduard makes a set of them, and they're blue, which is kind of cool. They kind of make the seats pop. And then the wheels are from Armor, I believe, and they fit right onto the kit axles perfectly. There was no messing around, and they're flattened. And the treads are just really nice. They're nice and deep on the mains. Trying to think if there was anything else aftermarket. I think that's it.
Nothing in the wing folds.
No, that's all kit.
Okay.
I don't even know if anyone's come out with any aftermarket wing folds for this yet. It's ripe for it, but I'll tell you what, as complex as that all looks, the kit parts make it easy, and the way this kit is engineered is fantastic. The wings just all pretty much snap into place at the proper angles too. You don't have to prop anything up or anything like that. And no, it does come with because the actual aircraft has some supports that you use to you know, hold the wings while it's parked. But I didn't use those because I'm depicting the bird on the deck getting ready to go, you know, with the crew standing by. So I had those things. You know, I didn't put those in place, but they are there in the kit if you want to use those.
There's double propellers, I noticed on this to begin.
Yeah, it's a twin engine airplane. So I mean, like when I entered it in the show, I think the ODO, I think I took it to I entered it in twin engine prop, and someone was like, "Oh, it's a single," and I was like, "No, it's two engine airplane, man." I would have.
What's it? Someone who thinks know what the fuck they're talking about. You have to argue with them.
Yeah, sure.
Well, I didn't know that was a twin engine.
Yeah, they can shut down one of the engines and still fly. Like they'll you know, for fuel economy. Yeah, someone just had the designer's name up there. The Indian guy, Praji, I think his name is. Yeah,
I've watched him a lot. He's been on Flurries.
Yeah, I think he also did their Jaguar kit as well. And yeah, it's fantastic. I do have a wing fold fetish. If it's a Navy aircraft and the option is in the box to fold the wings, I'm folding the wings because
I'm with you too. I'm with you.
Yeah.
I'm with you.
You did such a good. I'm glad you sent the pictures after the fact because this is a really cool kit, man. This is excellent, man.
As I'm looking at this, I do have some other aftermarket on that. If you're gonna build this kit, treat yourself to the Quick Boost air scoops. They make a difference. And removing the kit ones isn't very difficult because Airfix plastic. It's funny the Cormorant or the Merlin that I'm building right now, the plastic is very soft. So doing any mods to it has been pretty simple because it's scored a couple times with the X-Acto and boom, you can remove. This aircraft and the Jaguar kit has a harder plastic, almost like Tamiya type plastic, but the scoops were all still easy to remove. And so if they really make a difference, those Quick Boost resin scoops. Because a lot of the openings on them are really big, and they do provide you one that is not on the kit. It's just forward of the windscreen, It's a really small one, but the kit didn't have it molded in place, but the Quick Boost guys have it on their set. So
really good work.
So, are
Whitey.
you
This is
able to
great.
build the kit with the wings unfolded if you want?
oh yeah. In
Yeah.
fact, and you're not like taking these parts and messing around with trying to get them all straight. They actually give
Right.
you,
Another
like,
set of
the-
wings.
Yeah.
Oh, they give you another set of wings to use.
Yeah. In fact, I'm on the fence about, Sword has the other version of the Gannet, which comes with just the wing spread, but I kind of want to fold them on that thing. And I've seen someone build one already using these wings on that kit. But the thing is, like, you can't use the spares from the Airfix because then the flaps are not going to be there as well. So it's kind of like I would have to buy a whole nother Airfix Gannet to fold the wings on the Sword kit. So, I could drop $60, but really, do I need to? No.
Yeah, you just need to build one with the wings open.
Yeah, this is
That's what happened when I built the Corsair, the Tamiya Corsair. I was like 32nd scale. I was like, yeah, well, now I got to build it with the wings open because it's such an awesome kit. So
But I don't
another
know
one.
if it's my E2 Hawkeye background or what, but functional ugly airplanes, are kind of a draw to me. I mean, something something like that is, it's certainly an ugly airplane, but it's interesting looking too.
Yeah, man, I've been stoked about that thing ever since they released it, and I've never run into one. Like I'm sure I could just go online and order one, but I haven't run into.
Why
I
don't you
haven't
get
run
one,
into
Rob?
one
What are you
anyway.
waiting for, man?
Oh, I'll just you just see if you can find it at a show for a good
Yeah,
deal
you
or
don't want to
whatever,
pay the
right?
shipping.
I mean,
you know?
listen, man, this whole shit with the shows, man, you don't get deals no more, man. What do you get?
Oh,
Yeah,
dude,
you
we get
save
lots
and
of
ship, and
deals
I
at our
just got
shows.
the B&A order, and it cost me an arm and a leg because somebody wanted to order half the store.
Who, you? How much brass did you order?
Not a lot. I'm joking. I listen. I tell the story. I'm like, I'm putting an order with B&A. You got to pay like the import fees and now, and you got to pay like the DHL. The DHL shipping is a lot more expensive now, but I don't
paying all
care.
the
I mean, I'm
import
not
fees.
cheap, but I was like, you know what? Let me reach out to my friend and tell him that I'm putting an order in, and does he want anything because it's overseas. So I go, Toots, I'm putting in a B&A order. Is there anything you want? He's like, yeah. I'm like, all right, send me the item number that you want. He sends me a text and like, it's a text and then another text and then another text. It's like, wait, well, hold on. How much stuff do you want, Santucci?
There were small items.
Yeah, and smell, but not cheap
What,
though.
6 items and 4 of them were in stock. Oh, give me a
4 of
break.
them were in stock. But it
How
was fun.
how much brass did you order?
Not a lot, just a little bit. But I was really buying it for the IBG. They sell some resin upgrades to their kits, and it's so hard to find in the States. B&A carries it all, so I was like, it's fucking just put an order in. But anyway, Rob, you can't be worrying about picking up stuff at shows because you're going to get a little discount, for Christ's sake.
Well, I'm just saying. I've never seen it in the hobby shops either. So
Christmas is coming. Who always hooks you up during Christmas time?
yeah, I know.
So I'll keep an eye.
I want to say, like, I don't know about Canada, but I heard that Airfix isn't importing or isn't shipping to the States anymore. Like,
Really?
I don't know. Maybe that's just model rumor, but somebody said that they're not sending stuff to the States.
They were having something was going on there recently, though, right?
Oh.
Something
So
was going on. there.
finding Airfix kits in the States, like in a shop,
Yeah,
is difficult. And if you're buying them off eBay, it's usually
yeah.
a little pricier.
Possible. I mean, I don't know who their
um,
distributor is
I'm-
here.
They're showing up here just fine.
And I know
Yeah.
I know my shop carries Airfix. He just never brought that one in. So I mean, I'm sure he could get it.
That's a way of getting it and not having to pay shipping.
Get the hobby store to order it.
Have him order it, and hey, man, why don't you get a box of these in?
Yeah,
Right,
he gives me
they'll-
he gives me 30% off anything I buy.
Oh,
What are
good.
you waiting
There
for?
you
You fucking worried about going to a show to find a kit. That's right. You
That's-
got a nice in with that guy. Have
That's
him
a
get you stuff.
deal. 30%, eh?
And that's a nice shot. Listen, Rob Adams did a little video on his hobby shop a while back on this channel, and and that's a really nice. He's lucky. He's got a nice shop. I mean, they sell a lot of good stuff, a lot of good tools.
Yep, fully stocked, man. And
Good
it's
paints,
it's
like
floor
my-
to ceiling. The shop is attached to their house.
My,
Oh,
My
nice.
right,
Those
It's
are
my,
the
been it's been
best.
around for 27 years now.
Wow.
It's survived out of all the hobby shops that were ever here. It's the only one left.
my hobby shop here is great. They have a lot of great kits, but they don't have the paints.
What is
Yeah.
what's near you up there, Rob?
Oh, Adams or me?
You, Riv.
Well, it's called Bayshore Hobbies, which is huge here on Long Island. It's gigantic. But the thing is I love this guy, Bob. He's been there for years and years and years. He just moved into another part of the shopping center because he's doubled his store because the fire marshal would almost put him out of business all the time because he had so much shit.
Yeah.
But he just does not want to get the paints. He's like so resistant. He's got Tamiya paint and he's got fucking Revell paint. I was like, you know what? I am so
Citadel.
like,
He had
well, here's
Citadel
Citadel. Oh,
paint.
here's Citadel, right?
Mm.
How's that shop, Andrew? You were there.
Mm.
Oh, Tooch goes with me too. It's a
Yeah,
great
amazing,
store.
amazing shop. Yeah,
Amazing shop, but
shop.
he has Citadel paint. You have to have Citadel paint because there's so much Warhammer.
Yeah.
And then he's got Revell. And I say to him, I'm so entrenched in the hobby. I see people doing work, building and painting all over the world. I've never once heard someone say, I painted this with Revell paint.
Yeah.
He's like, you don't understand.
So what
it,
do you
no.
what are you needling them to get? Like AK or something?
AK
or,
paints, yeah. Get real color, get some third gen, get some
get a
try to
bit of
Mr.
all of
Hobby
it, man.
painting. Mr. Hobby's hard because of the way that their labels are. So people don't realize that they kind of got to sneak that shit into the States.
Oh no, they had to they had to actually put English on their labels.
That too,
They actually,
but,
they post stickers on them now.
Yeah, Michigan Toy Soldier. I know people have problems with them over the years, but I've never had an issue with them, and they always have a really great selection of a lot of like mission
models.
mission model paints. Fucking
you were going to say mission models.
Squid Lips and Pascal's got me thinking of mission models paints. Mr. Hobby paints. Squadron. I'm not Squadron. Sprue Brothers sells Mr. MRP paints there though. They have the whole line of the Mr. Paints, which are those lacquer paints. They'll knock your socks off if you ever
They're
smoke.
fucking amazing, though.
They're amazing now. Have you ever tried them, Whitey? Mr. Paint?
Yeah, I have. And, again, given my huge model room I work in right here, I need to have ventilation off, when I'm using those things. So I have to wait a day when my wife's at work and I can open up the back door over here.
You don't have a booth? You don't have a spray booth?
You know what? I have one right here. I need to cut the hole.
He's sitting in it right now.
I'm going to tell you right now.
My booth. See the silver back
You think I'm bad? At least my room's big.
I'm going to tell you, people bust my balls about not painting, but when I do paint, the best thing I ever did was getting a Bob Pace spray booth, man.
Yeah.
That spray booth is amazing. I mean, I can fart across the room and throw that spray booth on. I'll suck it right out.
I have a nice one. One of the guys in the club had it and he didn't like it. He bought a new one and gave me this. I'm not sure of the brand, but it's got a nice fan in it. And I think that I just need to get. And my son-in-law is an HVAC guy, so I could get him over here and cut me a hole in this thing, get a vent set up easy, that. But I just need to do it. That night would definitely have to where I sit at my bench right now. Where you see me at is where I work at. I get my computer here, obviously, right now. And I like to be able to
touch the wall on either side if you stretch out.
Nah, not quite. But I mean,
not quite.
It's pretty tight.
It's about 8 feet wide and 11 feet that way. It's a I don't know, a storage closet off the I have a finished basement over here. And believe me, it's just my wife and I. I have 2 extra bedrooms upstairs on the second floor, and I'm like, I could move into one of those, but making it an office / hobby room. But I kind of like being in here. And the reason I've stayed in here is because I don't give a shit what I drop on the floor here.
Right.
Whereas if I'm in a room that's nice, I'm going to worry about getting splatter on the wall, splatter on the rug, just all that kind of shit. Down here, my wife she doesn't care what I do in this spot, and so that's why I stay in here. And, it's comfortable enough, It's not much, Mr. Tooch.
Well, if it's 8 by 11, that's a pretty big size.
It's not as closeted.
I thought it was, when you described it, I thought it was like a fucking,
it's
what you get.
Compared to like Frildo's workspace, Samo's workspace, even where D-Ran's at now, he's got a nice spot with a nice window. And that's the thing.
15 by 20 room.
I would love to have like a window to the outside, but right across the room over here is the back door. So I on a nice day that thing's opened up. The birds are chirping, all that kind of shit. So it's it's not like I'm
D-Ran's asking about PAXCon. I do plan on going this year, D-Ran. I know that's usually in October, though, right?
I'm not even included in that.
October,
No, he doesn't care
yes.
about you.
October. What is the exact?
We know how
date?
it is, Darren. We know how it is. Fuck you.
No, Andrew Meese's in New Zealand, D-Ran, so he's not probably coming out.
I'm not coming anywhere.
But me and Tooch will probably. I would like to go to PAXCon. I wanted to. This year, I can probably swing it because of the kind of being retired.
Well, it's not this year anyway. It's not till October 2027.
Okay.
Because we do it biannually.
Was it this past year, PAXCon?
Yes.
Yeah.
It was the same day as ArmorCon, though.
Oh, that's why it's MarauderCon this year.
Yes.
Right, it's MarauderCon this year, PAXCon the next year. So when it's PAXCon again,
we've already deconflicted with ArmorCon to make sure that doesn't happen again, because Angel, obviously, he's going to go to ArmorCon,
right?
But he was at our first show down here in 2023, and he his footprint is fantastic.
He's a great guy.
So not having him as a vendor. I'm not going to sit here and say it hurt us. We still had a good show, but to have him on site is just great.
You have to have Angel. Micro Roll Games. Angel's great guy. He's a big part of the hobby, and hey, he might even
He's
be
a grumpy fucker, though.
He can be grumpy, but but you can get Rick Lawler. Rick Lawler sometimes comes and does the AK demos with Angel, because he's a big distributor.
Now there's an idea. Maybe we could line that up for.
Let me talk to Rick.
We're talking about because we are in the planning process. We have our little committee, so we're meeting monthly now as we lead into it. Because last year it really ran up on us. We were like, holy shit, we need to have a meeting and talk about this thing, right? And so we decided this year to start planning early, so that we've already started having our meetings, and we're knocking around the idea of doing something on Friday evening, because the hall that we rent, it's the Firehouse up the road here from us, and they're great about accommodating us, and it's a really nice facility, and so they let us get in there real early on Friday to set up. As long as the venue's not booked, they're like, yeah, set up whenever you want. Vice getting in there early in the morning on Saturday and setting up. So from what I understand, it's not booked right now for Friday. So we're going to set up like we did last year, and then probably do something Friday evening. And of course, we did have folks come into town from overseas even. I hosted Chris D. Winter. He stayed here at the house with me. Had a great week.
I'll spoon D-Ran like I'm gonna do to Dave Goldfinch. I'll stay this place. And yes, I would do a seminar there, D-Ran. I would do a seminar at the show. I'm doing like in April for Eagle Quest. I don't know if you guys are gonna go Squadron show over in Chattanooga.
Yeah, we're talking about heading to that one.
We're gonna go there. I'm doing a seminar there, so we'll be there. Tooch, I'm trying to get him to go, so we'll see. Maybe Justin will be able to go.
And also, another thing we're talking about for PAXCon is to go to an expo style, sort of like the Rocky Mountain.
I like that. We got
something we wanted to talk about. Kind of the Wine Country show that recently happened. I am all in favor of that. I will say this too, Rob. So, Rob, Region 2, you're familiar with. IPMS Region 2 is one of, for the non-IPMS folks. And here we're in the middle of Region 2, man, and our area has a lot of shows.
You do
through the year, and that's great. That's fantastic. They're all very competitive, though, and we do have a lot of modelers in Region 2 who are competitive, quote unquote, modelers. And so the worry is, okay, if we go to an expo type of show, will those people not come? And my answer to that is, I think they'll come. I would hope so, just to show their work. And it's not like you're not getting an award at these expos.
You know what, man? I talked about this on the podcast. About everybody knows my feelings about shows. I think that I haven't been to the Rocky Mountain show because of where it's located. You see pictures of it. You see people talk about it.
Sure.
And I think that Gentry and those guys are onto something.
I think so too.
It's a very European way of doing it, which I think is which is what we need to start doing more here. I'm not saying all shows need to be like that, but if we have some shows like that,
absolutely,
on both ends, like I was like, I would love to get in touch with Scott to figure out maybe how to do that here. You're talking about doing it maybe at PAXCon.
Yeah.
I think it's a no-brainer. I think it's a great idea. I just think it's a great idea, and I think if more people are, if more people attend a show like that and are, experience it, I think more people will realize that that's the way the hobby really should be going. In my opinion,
I'm there with you, and the reason I brought it up at our last meeting was because we're early on as a show. This is we only have done 2 of these things,
right?
So we're early enough to where we can kind of change the rules before it's too late. Something like the ODO, for example. It's the ODO. Old Dominion Open down there in Richmond. Fantastic show. It's big. It's huge. It's an IPMS 1, 2, and 3 show. That's what people expect when they go to it. Coming to us, we are new, so maybe we're in a good spot to where we can kind of change our format and be that East Coast. There's nothing on the East. I can't blanketly say there's not a show on the East Coast right now, but none that I can think of off the top of my head that run it in that expo style.
None.
Right?
There's none that do it. There's no shows that do it.
Yeah.
None. And it's the way to go. There's always that competitive nature with people. Some models out there is competitive. They want to go to shows for one reason and one reason only, and that's to win something. Yeah. And when they don't, they leave pissed.
We've all seen it.
It happens.
I just think that I've always been like anti-show for a long time. I'm not the biggest fan of shows. You know that, Whitey. You see me. I go to
now shows or contests.
Contests.
You know what I
like
mean?
Competitive contests. Like I don't enter my work.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that I don't enter my work because I don't give a shit whether you win, lose, draw. I've won model stuff. I haven't. It doesn't matter. It's like what you get out of the hobby, and I just feel like, when I go to a show, let's say like a Nationals or like ArmorCon or like even our local shows, Toots will tell you, I always set up a display of my models, sort of like you would do at a Rocky Mountain show or what you're talking about where you're exhibiting and you're showing your work. Yeah. You have all your work on a table. You got your little nameplate there, models by Andrew White. You see all those models. What do you guys do? You might do a thing where the judges go around, they pick your best model, and they give you an award for your best model on your exhibit. And then you maybe do like a people's.
But they get to pick. They get to pick what they think is the best model.
Right. Judges get to pick it, and then there's a People's Choice Award.
Yeah.
And I think that's the way to do it.
And that's what we're talking about. That's it's again, really early on in the planning here.
I don't want to lie. I just lied to you. There is a show that does that. Kind of, sort of, and that's the NNL East. Is Jason Hanscom stuff?
Yes, yeah.
That's that show over where Mosquito Con is in Wayne, New Jersey, right, Tooch? Where all the car model is. They enter. They bring their stuff to a show. It's not a contest. It's an exhibition, and then I think it's one model that's picked by the people or the judge, or maybe a panel of people that picks one model that wins out of all. And there's like 1,000 models.
That's the same as that one in Seattle that goes on too.
NNL or like a model show?
No, it's a model show in an air museum.
Yeah, and there's just one chosen.
That's the one that Josh goes and does the Gundam stuff and all.
Oh, okay, yeah, okay. Yeah. It's at the museum, right? With the plane,
SR-71 hanging there and shit. Yeah,
and it's like the museum curator's choice award or something.
Look at
that's it.
Get the back.
That's the only award there, right?
Yeah,
scratching his back. Oh my God! No, I think that's a great idea. And listen, you got my support. If you ever need any help, I will definitely do a seminar. D-Ran there.
Yeah, there you go.
You want to do a seminar there? Listen, we can maybe. Well, it's a dual show, so it's kind of hard to like do something specific for a magazine when it comes to promoting a show because of all the different genres there. I don't know how much armor would be there compared to how much aircraft and so on and so forth, but You know, we sometimes like in the Long Island Figure Show, we do stuff for Fantasy Figure. ArmorCon we do for, we can do for Military Modelcraft, even the Nationals at AMPS. But, I don't know. Maybe we can figure and work something out. It's all promotion. You know what I mean? It's all promotion.
We're wide open for ideas. Yeah.
The
one thing I don't worry about it, but I mean, it's something that's always in the back of my head is like where we are located, Naval Air Station Pax River is a big facility. There's a lot going on over there and down this, but to get here, you're driving miles through farmland.
Okay.
And
really?
so when we did our first show, we were like, people are going to think they're going the wrong way and turn around halfway here, because between DC and here is like nothing, man. You have Waldorf, which is kind of I don't even want to call that a city, a bigger town, I guess.
Right.
But the drive from once you go south from Waldorf down toward where where we're located, it's rural. I mean, it's farm country, man. Until you get down again near where we are located with the base and everything like that, it's it's very populated, of course, because of the base.
Right.
But my thing was always like, man, people are gonna make this drive and think they're going the wrong way, and
we'll definitely be there. I mean, that's gotta be, I don't know, even morbid, but you never know what could happen in the next year and a half. But
well, we'd love to have you down here, and
definitely.
any one of yous, and
Rob Adams can't come into the country. He's kind of got a warrant.
Oh, I'm fine.
Frankie Donati, on the other hand, he's well respected. This guy, they'll throw out the red carpet.
I just need to do a GoFundMe because I can't afford to fucking fly over there.
Yeah, it is. That's the thing too. I people are always like, "Hey, you guys coming to this show or that?" Man, I want to go to one every weekend, man. I want to fly cross country and go to. I want to go hit up the Rocky Mountain Expo.
Yeah, I would love to go out there, but too far. It's too far. It's too far. We can't be John Bonanni, all of us jet setting all over the world. Going to shows.
Well, he's mentioned that on their show before, and like where he's located, flying out of Denver is such a hub. You can get dirt cheap flights out of Denver. Well,
I understand that. I live a stone's throw away from JFK. When you will message me, like, look where I'm at. I'm like, dude, you should have told me. I mean,
I'm picking up fly those.
I'm literally 25 minutes, not even from JFK with no traffic. And Andrew will tell you I had to pick him up there. But
you said it. That traffic up there, forget about it.
I don't want to forget about it. Wait, hold
on. I don't know how you do it.
So you drove all the way to. So Whitey messages me. And I'm like, holy shit, what are you doing? And he takes a picture of like he's right by Cross Bay Boulevard, which is like where the mob used to operate back in the day in Queens. Watch Goodfellas, that's all in that area. And I'm like, what are you doing in the neighborhood? He's like, oh, we're flying, over, where you were going, right? You went to like Portugal or something, right?
Yeah, the Azores, yeah.
Right. And I'm like, and I didn't understand what you were saying at first. I thought like
it was cheaper to fly out of JFK. Then Dulles.
You had to drive.
Dulles is like a 3-hour drive from where I'm located. JFK, believe it or not, it's only like a 5-hour shot up 95.
No, I know that. But
my wife was like, "Why don't we?"
Hold on, 3 hours away is the airport in Massachusetts.
No, I'm in Maryland, bro.
Oh, Maryland, that's right. I'm an idiot.
So Dulles Airport, west of DC. It was a $1,700 difference in the ticket price too to fly from there. And they don't have a direct flight to the Azores. The only direct flight is out of JFK to the Azores.
Okay. Now I keep forgetting that you're out. Sometimes I think you're in Boston. I don't know why.
Otherwise, you got to go to Lisbon and wait for 17 hours for a layover.
You don't want to go to Lisbon. Look what happened to Dave Goldfinch. They had to airlift him to Canada because he got food poisoning.
Was he in Lisbon when that happened?
Yeah.
Okay.
He's fucking going on his European trip. The poor guy goes out to eat with his wife. The next day he's having like neurological issues. It was bad. He goes to the hospital. They don't know what's wrong with him. And they're fucking medical because it's like a socialist country there. Right? Or around whatever, not Spain. He's like over in Portugal. He can't get great medical care. They don't know what he's saying. They don't speak English. So him and his wife get on a plane. They go to Canada, of all places, because they were planning on coming to Canada. Look at Frank getting upset. He wants to get off. He's tired. And they find out that he had like severe food poisoning. That's why he was having like these neurological issues.
That's horrible. Yeah.
He's the only person I know that left fucking Europe to come to Canada just to get medical treatment.
Okay, I thought he was going to Canton anyway because he's got
He
family that
was,
way.
he was,
All
but
right.
they went a little bit earlier, I think.
Yeah.
God.
Oh man, the poor guy. I mean, nothing's worse than food poisoning when you're traveling. So,
Oh,
Yeah.
he's like, dude, he's like, he couldn't see, couldn't talk.
jeez Christ. Yeah.
I'm surprised they let him on the plane.
Right, yeah.
Right. He could have had like one of those like hot zone things. You ever see that movie with the fucking monkey?
Yeah.
He could have been patient one.
Yeah.
Whatever it was. Was it patient one?
Zero.
All right, we're gonna
zero.
wind down. Frank is giving me the eyes. He wants to get off. It's Friday night. He's gonna have his cake and his coffee, and then he's gonna go to bed.
Tooch is asleep. Yeah.
Tooch is looking at Pornhub
Yeah,
again.
fuck.
All right, guys. Well,
Just
listen, this was a great show. Listen, we had a lot of people on. We capped out like 75 people at one time tonight, which was a great show. D-Ran is still typing, man. Message your friend, for Christ. I got food poisoning in South Korea.
Nah, you can message me. Don't message Rob.
God forbid D-Ran.
Oh, there's Frankie Perone.
Frankie
I was asking
Perone comes
about
in at
him
the
yesterday.
end. Here at the
Oh
end
my
now,
God.
Frankie Perone, as we're leaving.
Well, everyone's getting back from dinner right now, is why. It's Friday evening, like I said. People go out, etc. You know.
Thank
so.
you. There we go, Jason. What are you
They
talking
get- they get to watch the
Started
recap.
Eastern time, man. It's Friday night. We had a great time, but we'll find the final numbers after we're done. But Whitey, my co-host on the movie show, just so everybody knows, Top Gun Maverick is definitely a superior movie. I need to say that before we get off.
Fucking that horse is dead.
Man.
Shut up.
Hey, speaking of Top Gun Maverick, how about that flyover down the beach, though?
Did you see that? Is that bad that guy did that though?
Yep.
It's.
Did he do it by accident? Maybe.
Is it bad? No, he didn't do it by accident. Let me tell you about the beach show. So I used to live down there. D-Ran was a former Blue Angel too, by the way. And so living down on the beach, my in-laws used to have a place right down there. So that week, the week that they do, I would implore anyone that's interested in air shows, go to that beach show and spend the week there. Anyway, so Wednesday morning is breakfast with the Blues. And they go down there, you know, the base is right over here. They take off, they get airborne, they go out, they get in their formation, they come on in. But they'll spend, they don't run their regular show for that morning thing. They just basically do a shit ton of high-speed passes, all sorts of, and everyone on the, like you saw ABC News going, a terrifying flyover. And, people were screaming. People were screaming. People were cheering because everyone on that beach knows why they're there that day.
Right.
They're down there because they want to see that shit, man.
Right.
Yeah.
Now, I will say, from an naval aviation rules and regs guy, he violated some rules there. You're not supposed to overfly the crowd. Oh, end of story. ...
Right.
You know, so. All right, Roger that, Boston. I lose my sight picture for a second and come a little, okay, I'll correct that.
So what happened to that guy? Does he get like a slap on the lip?
Okay, D-Ran could probably back me up on this. What happened is they're high-fiving themselves like crazy in the ready room, and then they sit down and they go, okay, here's what our public statement's going to be, is that you got a talking to, et cetera, and blah, 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 blah.
They flew over my house to go to Jones Beach for the Jones Beach Air show on 4th of July.
So, I mean, shouldn't do that, but can shit happen? You can look at Facebook and all these armchair aviation experts are out there going, "How well he could have cartwheeled into the crowd." Yeah, no shit, and that can happen on any day of the week, anywhere.
Right?
Bottom line is, people freaking enjoyed it. They loved it.
Yeah, I saw that though.
More of it,
Like you said, people were cheering. They weren't screaming.
Yeah.
Was it like they went to the beach that day and like, oh, there's an air show?
Yeah, right.
Wow.
But again, if you can ever get down to Pensacola for the Blue Angel Beach show, do that and spend the week on the beach. Don't once you're on the beach, you don't want to leave because you're going to deal with the traffic.
Right.
But we used to spend that weekend. We would, again, the in-laws had a house down there, so it was great. But we would get there. And just stay the whole weekend, not leave. Get your groceries, get your beer, get your ice. Don't have to leave the island. You want to be out there for the whole shebang.
No, that's all. And D-Ran used to fly Blue Angel planes?
No. He's a ground crew guy. He was here you go. Yeah. The crowd wasn't supposed to be there. Yeah, they hey, we showed up at the beach and there was a crowd.
I thought D-Ran was flying the planes. I was all excited.
He was, hey man, the ground crew is just as important, Rob.
That is true.
It's all support for that one guy that gets all the glory, right?
Right, man.
It's a team effort. Team.
That is
Exactly.
Oh,
Yes.
that's right. Just like those guys
Don't
on
forget
the
to tip your server. All
right,
right.
just like the guys on the aircraft carrier, like when they're doing the signals, like in Top Gun, where the guy's like fucking doing all this stuff.
In what
Oh,
movie?
Maverick, Top Gun Maverick.
Oh, yep, you said you said it.
I know. Well, guys, keep an eye out because we will be having our Misfits After Dark, our movie Misfits show that me, Mr. Whitey over here, and Dave Goldfinch, the Podfather, we are going to be recording and releasing some shows on that, which are going to be a blast. It's always fun. This was a great show, Whitey. I'm glad you
Hey,
came on.
Thanks
and
for the
people
invite.
really
Thanks for
enjoyed
having
it.
me on.
You do great work, man. Sometimes you got to show your work a little bit. People hear this guy all the time on these podcasts talking about models and how to do things, but sometimes it's really good to see the work in person too. Talk about it. And we had Andrew Misi come on. He actually was our 7th guy, but Justin had some connection issues, so wound up working good. Santucci barely paid attention tonight. He's fucking looking at cards on. He's looking for Pokemon cards on eBay right now.
I don't do Pokemon.
Rob Adams is actually sober tonight. You saw a sober, quiet Rob Adams. Did you drink tonight, Rob?
Yeah, I've had a few.
Hey,
And
cheers.
Frankie Donati over there, as always, our AV guy, always does well. Frankie's in a bad mood because it's well past his bedtime.
No, I'm in pain. That's why.
Frank, thanks for you're a fire guy. You think
Thanks for being concerned about my afflictions.
What's your belly room? What's your
You
room?
didn't pay attention the other night when he talked about him.
Yeah, you got to pay attention when I talk, Rob, instead of talking all the time.
What are you
You'll hear
talking
these
about?
things.
You're fine. What's wrong? What's going on?
Fine.
We'll
You
talk
should
about
send
it
me a
off
picture you sent
camera.
me.
It's not for the world's business.
Well, I'll tell you right now, I'm a little disappointed because you are the fire guy and you allowed these fucking forest fires to come down and smoke
Yeah,
us
well,
all out.
$42 million budget cut in wildland firefighting will do that for you. So don't
There's
bitch at me.
nothing
You
wrong
guys
with
got
an Apache
158
helicopter.
going on down there. So you got your own problem.
All right, so we're gonna sign off, guys. So hold on. So we'll do our sign offs while Whitey hang out for 5 minutes, 2 minutes after we've done. We do the sign off. But for
right.
the Modeling Insanity podcast and TV, I'm Rob Riv, and my co-host, Mr. Frankie Donati,
Thanks for spending your time with us.
Steve Santucci,
Build what you love what you build.
Rob Adams,
Have a good evening, everyone.
Mr. Andrew Misi,
Thank you very much.
and our special guest tonight, the one and only Andrew Whitey White. Thanks for coming on in.
Thank you. Thank you for the invite. I had a great time hanging out with you guys.
was a great show, guys.
Love listening to your show. Yeah, great.
We
Thank
always have a good time. I really appreciate it. And guys, thanks for watching tonight, and we will catch you on the flip side.
Oh, my,
That
my,
was fun.
my, my.